Welcome to the Tekken World Tour 2025 Finals! Since May last year, thousands of players around the globe have been attending dojos, challengers, Master and Master Plus events to earn the right to be on this stage. Over the last 3 days, we've had the best Tekken players in the world battling it out tooth and nail to earn the right to compete today in the final bracket. We will crown our Tekken World Tour 2025 champion. Thank you so much for joining us over the last 3 days of action. We've had some incredible scenes, and I promise you, it's only going to get even better today. And I could not wish for a better start than two of the greats who have been calling the action for the last 3 days. Let's hand it over. On the casting desk, my very good close friend, Tasty Steve, and one of the greatest analytical minds out there right now, Pun Life!
Logan Sama showing the stage hosting ability as always. It's your guy, Tasty Steve, and it's a hard life, but it's definitely a pun life. How goes it, my guy?
It goes great. Listen, Logan's got me blushing right
I know,
Greatest
right?
analytical
I was
mind.
like, okay. Thanks, my guy. Well, look, it's been a treacherous journey for all of the players here, not only for the LCQ to make it through, but like Logan said, throughout the entire year. We started with that regional leaderboard qualification into the global leaderboard, and then they had a second chance at the redemption bracket, which led us to the LCQ, which we saw come to a head yesterday. And of course, we still had those global leaders heading the board. But as you can see here, our final 20 contestants for the Tekken World Tour 2025 Finals, and it is not going to be easy. You can see heading to pack Edge and the John. Of course, we had our redemption bracket winner and the John, our LCQ winner. And then, of course, we have Yoritz, Kostakis, Hexmark, Usama Mbasi, Nobi, and Breadman. And as you like to see, everybody from Group A, which I called, definitely made it all the way back through to claim a spot in this final bracket here, which is absolutely crazy.
100%. It's so crazy that, you know, having an entire group of people make it through all the different means that were available in this final is an absolutely insane start. And, you know, as well, I think the regional group was a really interesting play out because we had some clear favorites, but in some cases, you know, those things didn't happen. But performance Yoritz put up in Group A. Breadman also did really well. Nobi had a clear sweep in Group B. Usama Basi with that 6-2 as well, doing pretty decent. And of course, Group C, Europe managing to actually pull out both of its players in there. Hexmark clean sweep, throwing out 10 strings at the end of the day, sealing the deal for himself as well. 2 different 10 strings even. And Kostakis obviously the desperation play with the down 4-2 to claim that final round, basically in the last first to one as well. So that was a crazy group stage as well to go through. And obviously those players have been fighting their respective regions to actually get to the finals, because, you know, not everyone has money to travel, so that regional leaderboard does make it much more accessible for a lot of players across these regions to actually be able to make it to this final stage. But of course, we had all the players that did have the means to travel and did make an effort to go through the global leaderboard. And we had a top 2 coming from all of those groups: Mangjo and Olsan in Group A, Lophein ranked in Group B, Nitriker in Group C, and JDC and Rive in Group D. And then you can see it was 3 players, Martin Gray, Edge, Gosain, Eddie, and Tipitano, was 3rd placers, then went to the redemption group and fought for that final spot to try to get back in. It was such a tough situation as well, because Gosain was relying on Eddie to win a 2-0 over Edge in order to be able to qualify. That did not quite appear to happen, with Edge clearing out that pool pretty comfortably and making it through all the way today to this final.
Look, it was a crazy run no matter what. I mean, and if just thinking about the fact that Edge played so crazy in his group, but still had to fight his way through in that redemption bracket, it should tell you just how crazy the competition was. But also, you had all the players that were already qualified through the global leaderboard, of course, being the leaders. They were still here watching the action unfold. A lot of their friends, a lot of their companions, teammates, and just some of their rivals going head-to-head that they had to fight just to get back to this spot. But we're on the cusp on the cusp of history to crowning our TWT 2025 Tekken 8 champion, and it is going to be spectacular. And once again, I can't say enough how ridiculous this LCQ was, man. The top 8 for the LCQ, iMusician playing out of his mind, the John as well, just a lot of amazing talent all the way through this top 8 for the LCQ.
Yeah, and of course, like the crowd favorite, K-Skill was pulling out electrics, powering all of Sweden all by himself yesterday. And then, of course, you know, Fergus, with the kind of the run, I don't think anyone could have expected from him, because he was a little bit down after the group stages. It didn't quite work out in his favor. And then pulling out the June, something new that we haven't seen from him for a while, and just making a massive run throughout the entire bracket as well. Only just about ending the semi-final to Ken Trench. You know, Ken Trench, a rival that he had for many, many years at this point, going all the way back to sort of Tekken 7 tag 2 days even. So that was a kind of a fated battle coming to a closer.
I'm glad that you put it that way. And one of the things we kept repeating, looking at this LCQ bracket, this was literally for the last chance qualifier. Every match, the redemption bracket, the LCQ, you would feel like these are TWT finals matches that you're looking at, and they are, but it was just to get to the top 20 bracket. Some of the most amazing Tekken 8 matches we saw were played yesterday on this very stage, and they were played back-to-back under the craziest of situations, and the duress couldn't have been higher, but it can only get better. We got another bracket for you guys to check out before we get to the point of crowning this new champion.
100%. And you know, it's the thing we need to highlight as well is we talked about obviously the regional groups, the global groups, the LCQ, but I think you can see the 4 players with the buys as well: Mulgold, Farzine, Ashlanash, and Atif. And both players were in that top 4 of that global leaderboard, earning a free ticket for that buy, right? Getting the nice position. They did not have to play any of the previous days as well. They've just been relaxing. They could practice, they could gather information, prepare, do all those kind of preparations to make sure they're in the right position as well. And you can see that they kind of, I don't want to say it's the easiest path, because it's never going to be easy in the finals, right? But as things go, having a bye, not having played out round 1, and not having anyone round 2 as well, and having some of the regional players going to them is probably one of the easier paths possible. So it does give them a very much an advantage going into this bracket as well. But, you know, there's still games to be played as well, and it's first to 2 until we get into top 8, where it becomes first to 3 as well. So much longer territory is going to be a bit battle of attrition at that point. And, you know, the stamina is going to matter, because these days get long when you have to play so many world-class players. Every decision counts. Every split-second hesitation can lead to defeat. So you're going to have to be on top of your game.
And having an extra game to do so really does kind of give you that one extra thought process to throw into the mix, to especially get an opportunity to cash your ticket and be the crowned winner here for the TWT finals. But looking at that bracket, man, I got a lot of favorites in there, a lot of friends in there. I mean, the John running it back with the King, I can't say anything about it. But of course, Edge running it back through the redemption bracket. There's so many instances in which you can pick a horse to say that's going to run this race to the finish line. So I would love to know what the people out there are saying, man. Hashtag TWT final. I would love to know what you guys are thinking, because a lot of times you're wrong. You know, I like to tell you guys, you're not right about this, because you're not here. You should be in person enjoying these games with us here in Malmo, Sweden. But we're getting closer and closer to that achieving moment of the first match for this last 20 who are here for the TWT final.
Yeah, and in your minds, who do you think is going to take it? Like, if you had to make a prediction.
Oh, geez, you're going to put me on black. They're literally right there to the right of me right now. They're right here.
That's what makes it extra awkward. Tell us who you think is going to win, Steve.
Oh, man. Okay.
I'll tell you who I think is going to win.
All right, well, lead the pack. Give me an example here.
Listen, I've been watching this man for years, right? I went to get his autograph earlier, so I had like a Claudio Banana passport card as well. I was looking at him earlier, and I'm going to say, I think Mulgold is going to take it. He's my favorite to win. He's been dominating the tour, like sneaking into that first place at the end of it. I think he's the favorite for me. You know, I know we talk about Claudio, the character's a bit funky, but I think he's going to take it.
Well, look, I'm on the fence about all this, because like I said, I got this guy right here sitting behind me who I always want to see do well, which is me. I also want to see Arslan get one of these titles under his belt as a 7-time EVO champion. But also, I want to hear about my boy Ulsan. I got Rainchu that I'm rooting for. And then I want the John to win, too. It's too much on my plate. So you asking me this.
Steve, you're running out of time.
If I say I want a character to win, does that count?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
I go to you.
I want a king to win. I want a king to win. That's what I want. I want a king to win. But look, only time will tell. And I think it's almost time. So what I'm going to do is, I know you guys are tired of hearing me talking, but we got plenty more left. I'm going to send it to the well-dressed man on the stage. It is Logan Solomon.
Thank you very much, Steve. That's right. It's time to get into our first match of round 1. And Let me welcome to the stage. Hailing from South Korea, representing T1 Esports. He qualified through the global rankings, finishing 11th with 1,540 points. He made it here into the final bracket by way of the Redemption Group. He was 4th place at the Tekken World Tour Finals 2024. Let's make some noise and welcome onto the stage, Edge! And his opponent, a man that he will be very familiar with. Hailing from Pakistan, representing Al Qadsiya Esports. He qualified by way of the global leaderboard, finishing 17th with 1,280 points across the season. He made it into the final bracket at the last gasp by closing out the last chance qualifier. Please welcome last year's 7th place Tekken World Tour Finals finisher, The John! Gentlemen, there is one thing to do before we get it on the sticks, and that is combat by rock, paper, scissors. We need to determine who's going to be player 1, player 2. So, if you would please do me the honor and take it away. The John will be P1 side. Gentlemen, if you could please take your places, and let's go back over to the caster's desk. And let's get this underway. Round 1 of our final bracket at the Tekken World Tour Finals 2025 begins now.
Thank you very much, Logan, for that. And this is the first game. The John versus Edge. This is crazy. This is the start of the day. This is going to set a level, especially considering we saw John setting levels yesterday. Considering the performance that we saw from him, making it all the way through every match going to the final round, pretty much. Just every decision counting, and the level of keep out and the level of adaptation that John was going through as well. You know, facing players like Ammunition that was playing so heavy in the keep out and having to fight through that barricade of defense and keep out, and you know the poison smoke as well, of course.
Yeah.
So this is going to set levels.
Well, look, first and foremost, we've seen this before, right? We've seen how these guys go head-to-head. This isn't the first time these guys have bumped into each other in any kind of bracket. However, the matchup is pretty, you know, ironic, right? King with the kick counters, you playing versus Hwoarang. But also, I remember, my God, the John had a Hwoarang he was messing with too for a few minutes. Yes, I do remember this. You know, you got to keep track of the fellow King players out there. But, I mean, how do you stop the John when you know he just fought through that bracket of just making it all the way back? Of course, you got to say the same thing about that Redemption bracket, but the LCQ is arguably one of the toughest Tekken tournaments on the entire circuit. I mean, you got Tiger Uppercut, then you have actually, you know, this main bracket, but then you look at the LCQ, everybody who didn't make it through is there with you. You're swimming with sharks, and they got tools to take you out. So this is definitely going to be one of those things you need to talk about. 7th place that we saw at the TWT Finals 2024 coming on this side, but of course, that's Edge, man. He's just so strong. Looking at him from last year, he was the LCQ winner from last year who made it all the way through. So he knows the kind of pressure that it takes to, you know, survive in this spot, especially if he wants to get to that next round.
100%, you know, no stranger to that pressure. And of course, the interesting aspect as well is they played last year during the finals as well and loses round 3. And Edge did narrowly take it 3-2 over to John. So, you know, there is that history. I think they also played in the exhibition as well, Pakistan versus Korea. And I actually don't remember who took that one, but there is definitely history. There is I think the interesting aspect as well is that I saw Edge sitting in the back of the cinema yesterday and watching of the LCQ, right? I'm sure he had a little notepad, you know, taking notes of habits. And of course, his teammate was playing versus John, and I think he was offering coaching at one point as well. So it's going to be very interesting how he adapts, not just between the sets they've played, but also from just watching and taking in so much of John's playstyle yesterday. And of course, that goes for John as well. Being able to adapt and change from his habits is going to be very, very important in this. But hey, here we go. First game of the final day. TWT Finals. There's no takes back, no second chances. Top 20, winners round 1. Edge versus John. Here we go.
All right, Malmo, Sweden, you ready for this Tekken? Make some noise for me one time, let's go! First match of the top 20. We're on our way to a champion, and the movement has already started. Two icons fighting, and it's two icons fighting.
Hey, that's bars. It took a second, but no, you know, he's got most Final Fantasy bars, and Edge already pulling ahead, getting the heat active as well. Very high interaction relying. Oh, excellent punish.
Hurt, big damage.
It's a crazy punish. No ability to tech with the walls. Oh, yeah, man. That's a lot.
Still in there and jabs him out of the air. Nice conversion here for Edge, and he's got plenty of heat on top of it.
Oh, and the patience. Oh, that's crazy punishment and damage as well.
I like him setting the precedent, letting him know that he's not going to stay on the ground. A lot of free hits can close out games here. The John putting the option on the table already.
Yeah, like John trying to slow it down as well, looking for the counter options like the shove. Ooh. Nice. Spartan kick again. Working out beautifully.
Oh, bro kick. I got some armor of my own.
Nice down back four. Ooh, trying to mix up the options. Nice patience with the John. Nice spacing with a big counter hill from that.
And that's one of the first times we've seen him get that big counter hit back one. A nice awareness of the wall. And nice awareness of Edge to look out and scout for that multi-throw.
Ooh.
That could have been so much worse.
Nice break on the two. Oh, no.
Another one. The blue one, that's going to be big damage. And look at how that evens up the life. Virtually identical. And now he's chipping away at the life bar. Not a lot of gray left in the low to close out the string. Edge taking the first 2 rounds of game number 1.
Yeah, Bitter's going for a big low as well, but it was enough to kill as well, so excellent position. And, you know, Buffy's characters do have a decent... Oh, already trying to go for potentially the lava break. Nice. Buffy's characters have a decent ability to use their throws to actually deal with the lava.
And on top of that, we've seen the John willing to cash out. If he gets that big full crouch down 4-2, going straight for the Shining Wizard to get big damage on a stage like this. One of the things he's very much doing well at scouting this entire weekend.
Yeah, obviously it's a ton of damage and also moving from the opponent. Nice, getting a little bit of punish as well, trying to continue the mix going. The blend is started. Nice break in generic.
Little down 4-2 action. Heat burst on the side of Edge.
Oh, I like the run up. A good keep up from John as well. Drops him in.
Big D driver. Nice combo. Damage of plenty. We going well past 80 with this bad boy. Well past 80. Into the 90 territory. Big damage.
Both in here as well. Time slowly ticking down and another giant swing around. And this is actually burning the timer as well at the same time. A little bit of heat recovered for John. Oh, hey, heat spent on Edge's side.
He's got to chip him out. Down 1-2. He's getting closer. It's not close enough. Nice interrupt. The John on the board. 2 rounds to 1.
Yeah, 1 low too many. It was a big call out as well. If that was the mid, that could have been very scary for the John, but beautiful call out.
Oh my gosh. And he got the blue one on top of it. Yo, the John playing like a monster today.
Oh, just a hard duck as well. And the delay of the Jaguar sprint as well, going straight for the mid option.
Speaking of the hard duck, what a call out. Full combo extension. Real close to the wall. The nip up saves him. Goes for the heat.
I like Edge trying to go for that down 4-2 as well, trying to go play a keep out. Again, homing moves coming through as well. Nice duck. Doesn't get anything for it.
Could have been so much worse. Edge fighting his way back into it. Spins the rest of the heat. He breaks the throw. Down 4-2. He lets it rip. The wall is right there, though. What are you going to do with it?
Can't kill.
Running 3. This guy, the John. Once again, one of the things that makes him one of the best kings out there is the fact that he's able to switch up his strike throw game so well. And it really confuses even the best opponents, even the best players in the world.
Oh, nice break.
Strike, throw, the mix-up is real.
And again, the timing delay as well. We saw down 4-2-1 earlier as well, and he's just using the wave dash now as well to also delay timing. Jumps over. What a way to deal with it from Edge. Perfect. Textbook.
Why was he ready for that? Why did he have a combo?
He's been loving, man. He knows this stuff.
Another giant swing. Didn't find his mark. Breaks the second one. Oh, heat smash. That's going to be big damage. Not done just yet. This first game to be coming to a close. Nice. Oh, God, nice block.
Still, I see available spending on the mid. Goes low, gotta be careful. Down forward 4 and catching John in the air. Edge clutching it out, but that was looking scary. John was looking for that reverse sweep.
Oh my gosh. In the running though. Oh my gosh. I didn't know who this is gonna go down to right there.
Could have really went away, but yeah, that timing delay from John, as you know, the down 4-1, the delay on it just to catch Edge on counting as well, the dash up. I think the really interesting thing as well, the John dashing up to try to obviously close the distance, but also not dashing up so far to potentially mess with his timing. Getting that counter hit on the heat smash was a big one. Obviously, the heat smash already does enough damage, but a counter hit scaling on top of that is going to do even more.
No, most definitely, most definitely.
And then making use of stage houses as early as possible. On a character like King, you can make the most of it, but no more stage houses in play. Edge one game ahead. John's got to do something. We saw Edge start the rounds very quickly last time, but John was able to make it back. Let's see if that happens again.
The offense that Edge is kind of showing, like you said before, not overextending too much, but the John wants this game to go a lot faster because Edge is getting a lot more comfortable. For all the kids out there, time to play the game.
Dunk on him. And I like the use of the Jaguar spin as well to create space. Uh-oh.
King's backdash, not the best. Using Jaguar spin front and back is a great way to build distance. Round number 1, game 2 goes to the John.
Yeah, starting off strong as well. You got to be careful with the Jaguar spin as well. Obviously, you can't be floated out of it. So if Edge keeps his position right and is ready for it, he can make a big call out on it.
Ooh.
Oh, speaking of big callouts.
3-2. Oh, big damage on board. To the wall. Not going to get a lot of damage. Kind of miscalculated, but still. Big combo could close it out. Jaguar sprint 3.
He's trying to interrupt the pressures, but he has so much health to work with. Oh, going under.
Down 1 neutral to the low parry from Edge, and he drops the combo. Lots of recoverable life, spins the rest of that heat, so that means he's not got much left to do. The back 3, the armor, and the leg drop. This guy, the John, looking good at game number 2.
And we see so much of the power crash from the John as well. Every time he has a lot of health to work with, he always uses that health as a resource to absorb hits using the power crash. Nice break as well this time.
That was full crouch down 4-2, 100%.
Oh, big chunk. He's still available, spending the heat smash straight away, keep the pressure going.
Oh, this game looking completely different on the side of the John. Great armor placement with the back 3. Counter hit down forward 2. He could definitely take him to the wall, and he's got heat still.
Chunk of damage again. Was Yoki running up? Oh, it goes the wrong way. The attack roll from Edge was vital. He did not want to get put in the mix with the Jaguar sprint.
I don't blame him. Oh, what a launch.
Nowhere near enough to kill on the side. Will definitely not help in the situation.
Oh, Black Kite hits him on the ground because he's moving. And he catches him out of the air with the floating the while rising 1.
That was definitely a hop kick coming out of John as well. There. Edge a little bit behind still, but trying to get back in. He is trying to finish this game as quick as possible. Back 3, nice power crash. Again, we see this out of the John so much in the rapid pressure. Was power crash a big down forward 2 counter hit for Edge.
Taking him to the wall. He's going to get some big damage off of this if he plays it correctly. Activates the heat. More than half life gone at this point. A little Oki situations as now he's standing on the ground. The Edge making him pay.
That's a lot of blows from the Edge. I like the hard duck as well.
Oh, the delay on the 4-2 string. He finally gets the launch. This could be big damage. Cashes out the heat, and he's getting a lot of that great life back. Get up off the ground. Figure 4. Woo!
Big call as well. And Edge trying to tech roll, stay on the ground. No, there's the heat smash. Changes sides. Oh, and forward, neutral 2, sealing the deal, 1 apiece. And that's a beautiful adaptation from the John as well. We saw Edge rolling away to try to not deal with the Jaguar sprint mix, try to minimize the damage that's being inflicted upon him, and the John obviously taking notice of that and making it hurt even more.
The second game looking a lot better for the John. 1 game apiece in the first match today. Oh my God, Pack Pixels in the building.
This stage could definitely benefit both of them. Obviously, King has a range of throws to use in this situation. But Hwarang, has a full throw game as well.
He started with the full crouch down forward. Watch this.
Called out the RKO before it, going through the floor himself now. Damn.
Look at the damage already. Look at the damage already. He still got heat. 3, 2, 2. And he got the Jaguar sprint powered up on the run. He ducks and gets hit by the 3. That could be the first round. And the explosion on top of it, the John. Round 1, game 3, looking good.
2 hazards popped already. The John making the most of it. Very, very efficient flavor. And we all know King hurts, so every single one of his throws doing damage.
Especially on a stage like this. Fishing with that down forward 2. He almost made him pay, but the low parry on the follow-up, drop combos on both sides.
Yeah, and John's gonna be careful now as well to not let that second hit fly as well.
Oh, looking for a hop kick. Edge didn't give it to him. Engage on the follow-up. Low parry on the follow-up from the John. Right there on the X marks the spot. Big explosion. Jaguar sprint 2. Look at this combo. I like what I'm seeing.
Doesn't quite get the wall, but again, open situation. Nice. Edge rolling around this time. Letting rip as well in the high.
Oh, the back 1 whiffs. He makes him pay for it with the heat smash. Oh!
Again, the delay, the timing delay, and Restream's doing so much damage and pops. And what even popped that stage has it had all the damage at all, just like that, John on that set point.
Edge needs to do something here, or the John's gonna run away with it. Taking a big leap into the big boy bracket. Nice sidestep into the 4th round, gets the back 3, the plasma blade launcher, hard spike. Great acknowledgement by the John to roll.
Nice duck as well. Guaranteed damage. Pushing to the wall as well. This nice back three. John getting away, but on the side switch as well, going to come in handy.
1 and 3. No break on the giant swing. The wall is right there. Major damage.
30 seconds to go. He available. So the hard duck again gets this blood. This might be enough to kill for the John. He activated. Big chunks of damage. The final charge hit, sealing the deal for the John. After that LCQ run, he's not giving up. He wants to go further, and he does go further this time.
Look, you already know that Edge was the last year's LCQ winner, so he made it very far into this tournament. Yo, Malmo Sweden, please do me a favor. Make some noise for Edge! My man is going home, but man...
Well, no, he's going to lose his bracket right now.
Going to lose his bracket, excuse me, lose his bracket. Thank you for correcting. He did play amazing, and he did play to the point where he did make it out on that winner's side, but now you got to fight it out. And once again, a shark-filled losers bracket. It begins right now.
Yeah, and it is quite interesting for us. Obviously, everyone's starting winners does give everyone the ability to also make that one mistake before heading out of the tournament. But there's still, that doesn't mean you can't really afford any mistakes.
Yeah.
You never want to go into losers early because it just means you have to play way more games. You have way more pressure on you. And we saw the pressure that was coming through in just this first game. This is the first game. I just want to highlight that. And there was so much coming out of both the players as well. Again, we talked about the timing delays from John, and we talked about the damage that Edge was inflicting, especially early on in the set, really playing that momentum game. But, you know, ultimately, John really stealing the victory there.
I got to talk about how he got so many giant swings. We saw that yesterday in the LCQ as well. So many people were not prepared to break giant swing when it counted the most, which is when his back is to the wall. That's going to give you even more damage. And a lot of times, that's what got him back into the game. He would get you with this giant swing on the wall or force you to take it mid-screen, build some distance, and then use armor attacks to kind of break your offense to take advantage of it. And it just became harder and more difficult for Edge to get his game started. Just looks like the John was in full control.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you said earlier you wanted the King to win, and you're getting your wish so far, right? And it's going to be the best representation of King we're going to get in this finals, a King of Kings, as we were saying earlier. Yeah.
Just saying, man. And then on top of that, he had the stages in his favor right now. Both of these characters can definitely utilize it, but King definitely gets a little bit of a plus, a little bit of a oomph with these, you know, instant shining wizards, all the slams that he gets. A lot of time it is going to activate those stage hazards. But like we said before, Edge not going to be able to take the victory 2-1, and that means he's going to move forward. Moon Gold versus the John is what that sets up for winners round 2. But I think we got another match coming up down the pipeline that's really going to be interesting. This is going to be a good one too.
Yeah, you know, we have Kostakis on one side, Yours on the other side. Both players are very, very, very interesting. So, you know, Logan, tell us more about it. What you got?
Thanks very much, guys. That's right, it's time to get into our second match of round 1 in the finals bracket. And first up, let me welcome onto the stage, hailing from Kuwait, representing Triforce Esports, qualifying through the regional leaderboard in MEA 3 region with 800 points, making it through to this final bracket via Group A. Let's welcome onto the stage, Yours! His opponent, hailing from Greece, representing Phantasma, qualifying through the Europe 2 region with 405 points across the season. He made it out of Group C in the regional leaderboard group stages. Let's make some noise for Kostakis! Gentlemen, all that comes down to now is for you to determine who will be choosing sides. So if you will be able to shoot rock, paper, scissors for me, and we'll determine that right now. Guys, take it away. Player 1. Player 1 side for Kostakis, thank you very much. Let's head back over to the casting desk. Tasty Steve and Pun Life.
All right, now that we got the RPS out of the way, we know who's going to play on which side. Yoris versus Kostakis is coming up. Talk to me a little bit about this matchup. Yoda's made an amazing run, especially coming out of that first group. The Ling Xiaoyu looking ridiculous. Probably one of the strongest ones we got out here.
100%, yeah, they're definitely putting the Link Xiaoyu on the map. But not character we see that frequently, and the Xiaoyu sometimes, saying the character is weak, etc., etc. But Yora is really showing that there's some nasty setups, and we've been seeing this guy posting Twitter clips, Tekken 7, Tekken 8. It doesn't matter. The game doesn't matter. He's just out there clip farming and showcasing the stuff. But had a perfect performance, almost perfect performance in the group stages. He was in the A groups as well, only dropping a couple of games. 8-2 was his final score, coming out as the first seed. Putting Xiaoyu on the map, putting Kuei on the map as well. I think he's been a very a player to watch because we obviously saw him in tournaments around the Middle East as well, like Emirates Showdown. And I think having him be able to travel is really, really cool, being able to showcase his skill and how strong he is. But on the other side, Kostakis had a very tumultuous run. Obviously, we had controller issues, couple of them in one.
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh.
Man, that sucked. Obviously, it happens. Ultimately, it came down to him having to effectively play 2 1-1s versus Aladar. He was not allowed to drop a game if he wanted to make it out of that pool. And, it came down to that final round where he just let it rip on a down forward 2 on Clive. And it hit, counter hit, round start. Didn't quite steal the deal in one combo, but definitely set up a situation that helped him close out that game and cement his position. And we had the pop-off. He was flexing all over the stage as well. Yeah, he was
flexing for a minute. And then look, you know what they say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. My guy absolutely lived up to it, especially to make it this far, make it on this stage. And look, when you get to a situation where you legitimately can't lose a game, that is probably the most pressure you can have on you in a tournament setting. Think about what's on the line, and look at him asking for more energy before he gets into it. Yo, Kostakis, look at him. Like he's controlling the crowd, showing a lot of love. Let's see if this affects Yoritz at all. But like we said before, Yoritz is one of these players. He's a tech monster. Me and Markman was already, alluding to the fact that my man does nothing but find tech with his character. We saw it on display. And once again, Ling, one of those characters we don't really get to see played at a high level all too often, especially not in these situations.
Yeah, definitely in the kind of category of lab characters, as some people call them, right? Where this is the kind of character where you cannot really play a pure fundamental game against without knowing what we're doing. You have to know how to deal with AOP, you know how to deal with entries into like slice to pry AOP, especially evasion setups, etc. What's your punishment on things like Kali roll, how to deal with certain things. You have jump cancels from back to right, so put into the throw. So there's a ton of things you have to be aware of. And while sometimes that may force you to try to play slow so you can observe and work something out, if you play too slow, you're going to get put in the blender.
Yep.
So it's a very difficult dichotomy of trying to work out how do you want to play against this character, what your options are especially. Obviously, Kostakis does have that Lars in the pocket as well. He doesn't have to play Clive. So I'm curious to see what he picks against Ling Xiaoyu specifically, because I know different people have different preferences, and some characters just don't feel great against Ling. Steve, King, Huarang, historically really bad matchups against Ling. But even like things like Dragunov didn't feel great. I remember like clubbing the matchup a little bit myself. It's not super fun. Things like maybe like Claudio feels really good. So it will be interesting to see how Kostakis feels about these different characters and who he's going to pick specifically. I think Clive might be okay, but really depends on how he feels about it. What he labbed as well, obviously, what he's comfortable with, because you have to play those matchups to get really, really comfortable with it.
The thing is about the Clive matchup is like he has great reach, right? Like his range is some of the best in the game, right? Outside of maybe like Fakuma. But it's not the easiest because you have to commit to a lot of hard lows to call it out. And all his evasion that we've seen on display might not be the best call. And you can see Kostakis still playing with the idea of either Lars. Like you said before, you called it out. And I think I'm kind of with you on that. I think the Lars might be out. The Clive? Excuse me, what do I know? I'm just talking here. I'm just talking here. Let's see how this works out, because I feel like you're really going to have to commit to some very big lows. And Clive does have a few good lows in his arsenal, but how do you keep this character honest without committing to some of these big strings that can put you in even more trouble?
Just double checking the buttons. Yeah, it is going to be interesting. I mean, I would have favored Lars purely because of down forward 1. Like, having a 13 frame mid check, that's not too difficult. And obviously, I mean, both these characters have decent mid checks, but Clive doesn't have a kind of orthodox down forward one, right?
Don't, you know.
So it can make things a little bit more difficult. But we talked about the reach. I mean, even tools like back two, right? If
Back
you're
to
not going to really
side
be
step
able to,
two
yeah.
with Clive, another one of the tools I feel like that's really good for dealing with Ling. Has a great range, and on top of that, you can confirm it.
I think with some of it, he's going to be careful. So like back two is a great tool, but I think, you know, if Ling from a distance, if she's just sitting AOP far away, like you're not going to do anything with that, right? So you're going to have to be very careful. I mean, forward 1+2 can reach it, then it could be a really good alternative, but also it is punishable. But here we go, second game of the day, Kostakis versus Yoritz.
Into the mid activation on the Heat this time around. Lowe's already starting to come out and play and tries to answer back with a down 4-1 and just not able to find anything early. I love how Yoritz plays. He sets the pace already. Oh, wow, nice orbital to get over it all. And look, that's going to be a really good tool, especially if she decides to swing out of AOP. Big counter hits can come from that. And look at the damage cash out that Kostakis is getting with the Clive.
I really like the decision from Yoritz as well to try to go for like a charge up, try to go for an unblockable setup potentially. See if Kostakis is going to remain passive. This gives you a lot of information, but it did cost him a fair bit of damage for that information. Hold on, just to spend. We were talking about earlier. Nice back one as well for the interrupt. That's going to be an important tool of this matchup.
Playing back a little bit.
A little far in that down forward two again. You've got to be careful around the down forward two. Nice. Speaking of the down forward two, not careful enough, and this is going to be a lot of damage. And this should be enough to kill, especially with that rage out as well.
Kostakis showing me I definitely don't know what I'm talking about. He's playing such a great game when it comes to the spacing. Great placement on the orbit. I'm not sure what Yoritz was doing, but he definitely got clipped for it. That was, what, 80 damage he hit him with, and he broke the balcony on top of it. First round, game one, Kostakis in the Clive.
Yoritz has to be very mindful of Kostakis' spacing, because he's been playing that spacing game, especially on someone like Clive. When you have so much range, it's going to be very important to be careful. Oh, and another low parry as well.
Nice. The cool combos on top of it. Back two. Straight to the wall, and the stage hazard as well. Big damage on the board. Committing to some of those big lows I was talking about already.
Nice patience as well. Was trying to get something forward 1+2 spend, just using the last of that heat. Nice punish.
Kostakis not afraid to duck or sidestep. Gets the big launcher. Wall gonna change up the combo just a little bit. Flame dash.
Yeah, was looking for that low as well. He's been a big fan of that counter hit low.
Speaking of lows, you better be careful. We know he's not afraid to use that orbital. A little slower than the typical orbital, but still gets the job done. We saw it already. And down, back, forward, committing to these normal lows.
Low into low. We've seen these sequences from Kostakis before, and you know he's been mixing a lot of it up. Goes into low, goes into mid next time. Maybe the third time he will backdash. So rotating his options as much as possible. Nice big counter hit, though.
Okay, Yoritz needs to do something right now. Oh, hop
Nice.
throw.
Important to break that. Good counter hit confirm as well.
Okay, counter hit engager. Yoritz has a little life lead right here. Nice block on the low. That's what I was thinking we were going to see a lot of. There's that orbital again.
Oh, but the combo drops. Doesn't get anything for it. It's unfortunate. He's spacing out. He has the available going low. Forward 1+2, mixing it up this time. Nice back one again, interrupting the pressure.
Oh, I'm out of there.
Wait. Oh. We went over the orbital. Okay, sidewall could potentially save lives. He has to realign away from the wall. But it does no matter, doesn't quite hit the wall, and the Raider should be enough to seal the deal. We've seen that sequence with the orbital a couple of times already in this set. So nice one with Stacks to make the most of it. And again, it's so important to know which moves in your arsenal are going to go in which direction. If he used any move that could potentially put him to the left side, you'd end up on the wall, and who knows, maybe he would not be able to kill because of the damage difference and the scaling difference in the wall. So very, very important for that. And yeah, good awareness with Stacks.
I like seeing when players just instantly aware of their resources, like, I'm just going to hit this rage right. They're not going to try to go for the fancy combo, and just being aware. Sprinkling in that orbital, especially when ALP's been put onto the field to play, has actually saved them quite a bit. Drop that last combo by the wall, but still getting that hit, taking back that momentum, and going straight into the rage right once you did get the combo. Game number one, Kostakis, and Yoritz is in trouble. He needs to do something in the second game.
It's, to be fair, I'm super surprised by how like one-sided it's been. I mean, Yoritz is really doing a good job of interrupting and we're looking for the back one, but Kostakis is kind of in control of all the critical situations.
Apparently, my man was caught in 4K playing some late-night Tekken games to get ready for the situation coming up, because you know these guys knew exactly who they were going up against. So they had a day or so to look at who they might be fighting and what they could do, build some kind of strategy.
Yeah, and I think Yoritz has to be very careful. Obviously, we've seen a lot of our back ones work, but the moment Kostakis smells these situations, he might take advantage and block it, or even just bait it out.
kind of removing this AOP from the timeline right now, especially with the way he's been playing. But sprinkling in a little different lows this time around. Back 2 into the Phoenix shift stance, and back 1 to answer on the offense.
Yeah, excellent interrupt again. Oh! Sidestep by OP, but does no matter. Down forward 2, finding his mark for Kostakis again.
Okay. Pops the heat, gonna get the wall, flame bash.
Oh, goes low again. Keeping the strings going as well. And ooh, what a trade this time. Nice punish from back 1 as well.
Backdashing to get out of there. Yoritz getting a little space and gets floated out of the orbital. I talked about how it's a little slower. That's one of the things you have to worry about. That delay just saved him some trouble and gave Yoritz a chance to take another round in this game too.
Nice punish, blue stuff as well, looking for the Yoki. Doesn't get anything for it. Again, the spacing and the movement from Kostakis is absolutely on point right now. Does not have rage available. Is he able to finish it? Not quite. One more hit. And goes low. Another round on the board. One round closer to victory.
Taking that momentum back from Yoritz. And then we get a clean launcher at the beginning of this round 3.
Yeah, Kostakis is looking for that back 1 as well, trying to potentially track some movement from Yoritz on round start.
Get up. Well, using the camera, caught you swinging again. And this is what we were seeing in that Group A stage day 1.
Charge ups all going mid. No overcommitting right now, but Yoritz fully in control. Nicely done, and a perfect as well, getting one step closer to equalizing this set.
Oh my God, the down forward 2 accuracy. I need the numbers. Pun Life, I need the numbers.
I don't understate how good his spacing has been, especially with that he's done from 2-2. I think he only missed 1 out of like 7. I think that's my best bet on that one.
I think you got it about right. I've been trying to keep track of it, but how do we say this?
Missed 2 out of 8. There we go. It's fine. Okay.
Back on the
2
map.
out of 9. We're adding up. It's all right. It's all right. Won't be enough to kill, but it's still gonna be a lot of damage.
Damn, Maj.
Oh, and uses the staff as well. Right, the lightning, and he's trying to ride the lightning to the next phase here. Just needs 1 more round.
Back 2, Phoenix shift gets stuffed. That should be a big punish. Goes for the engager. Still upstairs, by the way. No breakage on the balcony or the window.
Nice counter hit, confirm. Going run into as well, an option we haven't seen before.
Jab. There's that sidestep too. Spins it on the heat dash.
Yeah, the low actually dealing really well by OP as well. Even if you move out of the way, it is bait. Yes, he goes to Tracky.
Okay, trying to move around in the backfield. Kostakis getting clipped. His back is to the wall. Gets the wall splat. Yoritz has a chance.
Was the Oki. Okay, Kostakis managed to get away from. Oh, nice wall run. No enough to kill.
Oh, sick. Get up attack. Back 1
again. No punish.
Needs to be careful on this wall. Another wall attack and the low to save his life. Yoritz is on the board. 1 game apiece here.
Oh, this could come back to bite Kostakis as well, because obviously we're so close right now. But Yoritz, the patience and the composure from him has been absolutely impeccable, because obviously that first game was definitely not going his way. But the back ones, you know, I was saying like maybe Kostakis will come out, but right now we're doing a lot of work, especially the Phoenix shift into something like the low, just getting completely beaten out by back 1.
I like how he added in. I like how he added it in. He started interrupting in the second game, and now it saved his life multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a strong option to interrupt Clive's stance pressure. Nice moving to the left as well, trying to do that startup. We do see Kostakis using that Demon's Breath on run start a lot.
And back 1, starting to do a lot of work, starting to get a lot of mileage.
Nice, big chunk of damage already. Yoritz pulling ahead. Oh, but the forward 1+2. So all the range in the world. Okay, the real question is, are we reaching the wall? It is Clive.
Back 2, yep.
No, getting the Zentetsuka meter instead.
Oh, slash kick not gonna hit. Down for 2 whiffs because of the AOP.
I think that was the AOP down as well. I think Yoritz making the decision to go even lower, you know. Must go further beyond, but nice counter hit confirm.
Oh. Okay.
Damn, he's got assists. 2 versus 1.
Thorgal out here.
Dog in a fist fight? Crazy.
10 seconds. Counter hit. The first time we've seen it get this big counter hit. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see nothing. Oh, the roll to get under. Lively definitely in favor of Kostakis, and not for long. Oh my God.
Crazy steals. Looking for that unfortunate round start, not quite finding it though. And I like the mix from Yoritz as well. Big counter hit though. He activated. We're running 2. Sweet bang.
That Phoenix shift stand starting to get a little more work. Back 1s were stopping it for quite some time. He finishes the string armor to get through. I love that option from Yoritz. Once again, using the AOP duck to get under some of these attacks.
You gotta know your mids. Again, down forward 2, the success rate getting a little bit lower.
Does that stop you from doing it? Do you leave it on the platter?
Didn't confirm the second hit.
Okay, cancels, finishes the string again. Sees the AOP is there. Nice block and punish. Kostak is trying to weight down that heat. Knows he doesn't have any resources left himself. Doesn't even have rage on the table.
This is still awkward though. Time running out, but Yored still has heat. Got to burn him out. And nice. Good pressures will slide into our starting 4. Kostak is putting himself back on the board.
Using that Phoenix shift stance once again. Sprinkling in the low.
Yeah, Yored's trying to not overcommit on a lot of his things, keeping the mix-ups fresh.
Ooh.
Nice back one again. Oh, but a step right down forward 2 again. And again, the success rate is increasing.
Okay. Down 4-1 after sidestep left. Look at that. That's Tekken bar. Yeah.
We're at level 3, man. If we hit that 4 or 5, there's going to be a lot of damage on the board. Forward 1+2 spent. No more heat in the tank for him. Yored with a lot of great health to work with as well.
Finishes the string again. Didn't find his mark.
And you can see Yored as well not throwing out as many back ones, especially in those strings. He does not want to face the trades, but big launch.
Big launch. First time we've seen it represented by Yordix.
Nice, he activated, recovering even more health. Ooh, setups. Wow, he's ready for another down forward 2 natural hit.
Hit it.
Okay, gotta burn as much time. Use all your strings, use all the time you have, and there is the staff as well. Being able to keep out, drops the combo, but does no matter. Yored can't do anything here. And just like that, again, trying to ride that lightning.
Oh, and then what an answer every time. He's like, I'm not gonna play these games with you. I'm just gonna down 4-2.
He's absolutely down forward 2, just doing all the work. We're going to be going to the wall. It's Clive, no issues at all with reaching it. 15 seconds and a bunch of damage already on the board, but hey, it does not matter. Yored's brute bug and the hop kick as well to punish.
First time we've seen him block it, first time we've seen him launch it.
Big Chan going mid again.
Oh, the mix-up, trying to get strong. The AOP duck again, making it part of the mix-up, but drops the combo on the follow-up. Normal throw, one more hit can do it. Went for too big of a launcher. Great backdash.
Oh.
Wow, what a sidestep on the running two. That was crazy. Final game, final round between these two. Oh my gosh.
Try to place another down forward 2 in between. He did not quite find it, looking for the Demon's Breath. Finds it this time. He activated. He's going to try to push the advantage as much as possible. Going low once again.
Oh, wow. Spring up, sidestep. You know he's looking. You know he's looking.
Definitely still has heat available. Oh, and a nice confirm as well. Out of heat. Level 3's on Tekken as well. I don't know if he's going to use it.
Sidestep 2, got this combo started from him.
There we go. He does use it.
Big damage. Not even in rage yet, but 89, real close to 90.
Oh.
No break.
Yored, as he available, has great health. Activates that heat. 25 seconds to go as well. Running to
the low.
And again, same option. One more hit potentially.
And he tries to move. That's gonna do it. Kostak is staying alive in this bracket. Well played, the Clive.
Man, the theatrics and the pop-ups as well. There's an art form to it, you know? But the interesting situation, and you know, we saw earlier, Yored's actually not pressing back one in that situation earlier because it did trade. And then this time he tried to commit is the final kind of situation. Maybe he thought he's going to survive, but not enough health to tank that trade. And will be going to the loser side. And honestly, I want to say this is a little bit of an upset because I think Yored had a kind of a crazy run. I think Kostak was definitely a little bit troubled in his regional ball. But hey, it does not matter. Listen, he doesn't even need to do anything. He's calling for the noise himself.
He's doing it himself. But let's take a look back at what happened. He was checking himself at the camera before he came out on the stage, almost as if he knew what was about to happen. But once again, we talked about the unconventional characters. I said Ling. Clive is another one of those characters. And we were kind of dancing with the idea like, hey, man, we're not sure what he's going to do, especially considering Clive doesn't have the best lows, but down back 4, still using down 4-1, and just raw call-outs with the down 4-2 as well to, like, make it count. And then sometimes, just sometimes, when things got a little crazy, went for the orbital, which is a little slower than we're typically used to. But every tool in his disposal, he made Clive work for this win, and it didn't stop Yordix from actually putting up a fight. Of course, we saw the Rage Art close it out that first time, but started getting more lows on the bill, right? Started adding more to and that back one that you pointed out. Back one really did start to set the stage, and one of these situations we saw was Yordix on the wall quite a bit.
Yeah, right now, you know, it's quite interesting to see. He's had such a tough part of the control issues and everything else, but the movement and the things we saw in regional polls still very much working. The down forward to the Demon's Breath as well, going forward lows, looking for the counter hits, but also in this way, tracking the AOP really well. So, you know, all I can say really is that his Final Fantasy is definitely still in play.
See that shooting star right there to try to make something happen. Really started to use more of that bar as well. And I like going for the lows over and over because they got to this point where it was just wait and react. And Kostakis was like, yo, if you're going to give me the floor to close this distance, you know I'm going to attack with down forward too. Great sidestep right there by Yuritz. But yeah, he really did kind of lean on the fact that he knew he wanted to move, that he knew he wanted to try to evade. Finished a lot of strings, which gave him a lot of counter hits. And even if he didn't trade for big damage, just the fact that he was able to get that hit and keep the life lead really did set the bar for him.
Yeah, and that was another 2-1, very close game. And, you know, that does mean Kostakis is going to be facing Farzine in the next round of the games. And, you know, that's not going to be easy on either of the players. Farzine does have a bunch of different characters under his belt. But could be sword versus sword potentially if he pulls out a Victor, which will be very, very interesting. I would like to see Victor versus Clive. I think both characters have a lot of range, have a lot of options. And the mix-up potential on both sides can be very, very interesting. But, you know, it could be anyone else. Could be Lydia, could be Yoshi maybe, who knows?
That's true. So many options, so many options. But there's only one option for our stage host here. It's going to be none other than Logan Sama. What do you got for us?
Thank you very much, Steve. It's time to get into our third match of the first round here at the final bracket. And first up, hailing from France, representing Crazy Esports. Okay, that's the energy I'm here for. Representing Crazy Esports, he qualified out of Europe 1 region with 550 points. In the regional group stage, he qualified through Group C with a perfect 4-0 record, 8 wins, 0 losses. Let's welcome onto the stage, Hexmark! His opponents, hailing from Pakistan, representing Falcons. He qualified out of the Pakistan region with 540 points across the season. He made it here into the final bracket, qualifying through Group B in the regional group stage. Let's make some noise and welcome Usama Abbasi! Okay, gentlemen, it's time to determine who wants to pick sides. We'll do rock, paper, scissors. If you guys want to take it away, best 2 out of 3. Let's go. Oh my word. Oh! Okay, let's hand it back over to Tasty Steve and Pun Life.
Listen, that's a man of action right there. No words needed, didn't tell us the side, just went straight to it.
He just walked up, he's like, I want him out of here.
He's about to give us that work, right? He's ready for it. But listen, I think we know who the crowd wants to win. Obviously, the European bias will definitely be in play here. And hey, I might be biased as well. I'm only human. I'm always going to root for the European, or maybe not always, but most of the time, 90% of the time. But you know, it's hard to say how good Usama Abbasi is at this point. He's beat everyone at the biggest dojo, not dojo challenger, but we had this year, Takedown, which was an insane event. One of the best events we had all tour in this year. So it's going to be a tough opponent. He came to Europe. He has played a lot of European players. He did pull a lot of belts to asses, really. Lots in the way he was doing it, especially only the best. He was playing his mind out. So it's going to be very interesting to see if he can do it one more time against another European.
Well, look, I mean, speaking of the European, man, I saw Hexmark in the lobby when I got there, and he was just like, yo, Steve, they kind of sleep on Paul. They don't know. He's like, I'm about to show him the true power of Paul. And it made me really interested to see how well he's been playing this entire week. But Usama Abbasi, we can see right here, first appearance on a TWT stage, guard breaker, final round, as well as heat wave showdown, like you said before, 540 points. Not easy to get when you know you're traveling around the world. fighting up against the best players in the world, but he's put it all on the line here to be up on the stage. Usama Abbasi definitely got his work cut out for him, though, going up against Hexmark.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's worth highlighting, especially in Hexmark's case, is France is such a strong scene. We're such a devoted scene to the locals. Great TOs, great producers, great casters, great players. And, you know, they've been uniting to make sure those dojos were as big as possible as well and make sure that the players had as much chance as possible. It was even just difficult for some of the other countries in Europe to really keep up with the numbers that France was putting out. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But we have the character selected Eddie on the side of Usama Abbasi, Paul on the side of Hexmark. And like you said, you know, people are sleeping on the Paul. We have this character all the time in 7. We don't have him quite as much here, potentially a little bit harder in some cases. But, you know, this character still definitely brings the damage. And I'm sure there'll be, I always see Trojan and other players, you know, looking for the tech, pulling out all kinds of tech on Twitter with this character as well. So you can't be understated how strong he still is.
Well, here we go. Hexmark versus Usama Abbasi coming up, and the Shredder kicks to start it off. To the wall we go.
Ooh.
Oh, wow, what a sidestep. Drum roll, please. Luckily, he was not close enough to get that wall splat, so that worked out. Sidestep 4. Usama not even waiting any chance. No time wasted. Starts on the offense.
Oh.
2.
What's the mix as well? A little bit of a deficit, but hey, one deficit could do all the damage here. Like a down 1-2, but that's not matter. Heat Smash claiming the first round for Usama Abbasi.
Okay, okay.
Nice. Ooh! Does not commit to the counter this time.
Okay, finishes the string. Hexmark trying to move, gets clipped.
Gotta be careful again, the big deficit. And Hexmark does like playing the low risk, low reward playstyle at the start as he gathers information. He'll definitely play that investigation phase a lot.
Oh,
Ooh, no duck.
This movement for Abbasi right now has been so good while standing 3-2 though.
Ooh, throw whiffs again, the counter trade.
Oh, the back 3 trade at that, heat burst. Sidestep 4. Relax, what's the mix? Stands up out of it, and just this pick and choose game of just poking Hexmark to death.
Oh, and the second hit connecting with Usama Abbasi pulling head, but I like the delays and the attempt as well to look for those counter hits. It is really important on Eddie.
A lot of times we've seen such stark different Eddies, right? Especially like John Dink. John Dink presses on the gas, he doesn't give you a chance. Well, someone plays a little different. He's like, yo, I want to see what you're going to do. I want to see how you're going to react. And I'm going to play it just a little bit slower and more pokes than anything. But here's a big pickup for Hexmark. Oh, and a stage hazard.
Nice, they're running in there.
I love this move. Oh!
So nice, he had to do it twice, right? Down 1-2, look for the counter as well. Nice punish.
That was so good. Launch. QCF3 to stabilize.
Activating, gets the stack, and the ball stacks are so important. You're gonna get him as early as possible. 2 now. The threat of the mix as well from handstand is gonna be so important.
Deep dive after the 4-2. Oh my God, the handstand launcher.
Big chunk of damage. Time slowly ticking as well, dashing up as well to make sure he can continue the pressure.
I like that little relax reset right there. Catching the movie.
Needs something.
Oh. Finishes the streak.
No punish.
No punish. Oh, oh.
Oh, looking for a Magic 4 potentially. Hexmark down 3 rounds right now. Usama Abbasi looking really, really good. It's kind of an uncharacteristic because I think Hexmark is trying to look for potentially those bigger reads as he's gathering information, but it's very difficult for him to do so, right? We saw him dealing with handstand a few times, dealing with it really, really well, but also Usama Abbasi is making sure he's covering up all his bases with going to relax, but also making sure he dashes up from relax to keep that clean hit range dangerous and unsafe for Hexmark.
Here we go. God, I love this stage. I love it so much.
Hometown advantage for Hexmark, right?
The music. And it is a hometown advantage for sure. Game 2.
Ooh, no punish this time.
Plays such a slower game than the Eddies that we're used to.
Nice in terms of 1-2, no overcommitting. Oh! The evasion working as well. Again, Usama Abbasi keep dashing up from the relax. Does not matter. Hexmark, big, low parry.
Charge it. Nice block while rising 2.
I think that's the first time he presented the option as well in the demo, man. So Usama reacting already is definitely going to put some fear in his heart. Ooh, and again the dash up, going under the jabs, going low with this option, and goes low again. Just on that first hit, Usama Abbasi, another round, 4 rounds straight right now.
And that first game, he would go into relax and goes back to standing. This time, he's staying in relax, gets the big launcher, and the lows are starting to add up for Usama Abbasi's favor.
Yeah, and those delays are trying to force Hexmark to actually press the button into it, and then we begin this timing mix, right? So it's going to be very difficult for him to deal with this right now. Nice little 1-2 as well. Hexmark looking for something. Nice break.
Finishing the string. Hexmark getting a little anxious. Okay, here we go. Still has plenty of heat. We've seen him connect with the 4-2 quite a bit. Pumping the pedal. That's not going to do it one more round. And Osama Abbasi moves on.
This is looking rough right now, Steve. Hexmark, oh, it's not looking good. The counter hit landing as well.
Back 3-3, and he's taking him to the wall as well. Heat's still there, so he's got resources, and 50% of his life is already gone.
He activated as well in the second hit, connecting counter hit. I don't know. I don't think this is enough to kill. Nice,
Okay.
catch the splat.
Okay, big damage on deck.
Not dead just yet, but needs to lay out as much damage as possible. Gets the big death fist, charging that up back too. Oh, heat smash connects. He's not quite dead. Has he available? Needs something, but gets tracked for the movement. Usama Bassi, all killer, no filler.
Yeah,
Didn't stay aside, just went straight to the setup, got his 6 rounds, and he's gonna go sit down and relax for a bit. But it's a rough one on Hexmark.
All business. My man was all business. Didn't say nothing, went to the seat, played his game, but like, once again, you gotta highlight just the fact that he does not play a conventional Eddie speed. Most Eddies, they're in your grill the whole time, trying to force you to make a mistake, committing to the lows maybe even more frequently. He commits to a lot more pokes than anything. And he really uses the relaxed handstand mix-up to kind of force the game on you. And it makes you play a little slower, makes you second guess quite a bit. But the same thing kind of goes for Paul. He does feel like he played a little slower in this game, but he has the damage to back it up. Unfortunately, Hexmark wasn't able to get it really started, even though he started with a bang with that big shredder kicks in the first round, first game.
Yeah, it's very interesting, as you're saying. Like, just the fray of relax was very, very interesting. Obviously, at first, Usama Bassi started pressing buttons on somewhat intermediate timing, but then the timing delay, just dashing up, kind of seeing what he's going to do and playing around the delay and trying to focus Hexmark to check him with something. And then he's just going to get that rotation of, okay, he checks with his button, so now I can press another immediate button to deal with that option. So it's a very, very interesting playstyle. But yeah, like I said, Hexmark just really not getting a chance to get started. We saw him always looking for the information, looking for something to play off of. Once he starts seeing your habits and how you play, just definitely trying to use that to then make the high-risk decisions. But the moment he went for Demo Man, got blocked, got shut down. So that's the first blowout we have today, and hopefully Hexmark can adapt and clear his mindset, because he is on the loser's side, 1 life left. He's not out of it just yet, but Osama Abbasi facing Arslan Ash and winners round 2. That's just winners round 2, not even top 8 yet.
Look, how do you go from this winners round 1 into round 2 and be like, yeah, now I gotta fight Arslan Ash, now I gotta fight Farzine, now I gotta fight Mool Gold. Okay, no problem. Well, I'm sorry to hear it, but I'm happy to see it, because the matches are gonna be crazy, and we got the best seat in the house. Great match all around. Osama Abbasi, one of the players you definitely should have been paying attention to. He's not here by mistake. It is raw gameplay, but Hexmark definitely has another chance. I can't wait to hear this crowd actually cheer for him in that losers bracket. But once again, that's just how the cookie crumbles this time. But once again, looking a lot better than a cookie, my man, Logan Sama, on stage to introduce the next players.
Oh, Steve, stop flirting. Right, let's get into our final match of round 1. And it's time to introduce our first player, hailing from Japan, representing Team Yamasa, qualifying out of the Japan region with 750 points. He had a perfect record in Regional Group B, a 4-0 record, 8 game wins, 0 game losses. Let's welcome onto the stage, Nobi! And his opponent, hailing from South Korea, representing Z10. He qualified out of the South Korea region with 250 points across the season. He qualified for the final bracket out of Regional Group A. Let's make some noise for Breadman! Gentlemen, it's time to rock, paper, scissors for player side. So if you'd like to do that for me right now, take it away. Nobby will be on player one side. Let's head back over to the delicious Tasty Steve and the mildly palatable Pun Life. Now, you're lovely as well, Pun. God bless you.
Don't do that to my guy. Don't do that to my guy, all right? Don't do
Hello, HR. I'd like to report a violation. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. But hey, it is what it is. This matchup, I've been looking forward to this, right? So, Nobby, a legend. There are 2 players in the finals that have attended 5 different TWT finals. And that's Nobby and Knee. No one else has managed that feat. They've only missed 1 finals each. It's funny because they missed different finals. I think it was 23 for 1, 24 for the other. So, you know, veterans. Nobby even winning the King of the Iron Fist tournament before we had the Tekken World Tour as well, way back in the 2015, 2016 era. So, you know, I wasn't even playing the game yet. We didn't even have the console release of Tekken 7 yet. So this is old times. This is back in the 7.0 era, the arcade era. So it's going to be very interesting how he adapts. Obviously, he's been playing different characters recently as well. He's been kind of gravitating away from Dragunov a little bit. We during the Korea Japan scrims, we were seeing a lot of Steve from him.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us were really excited. There was a lot of really good matches on that Steve. And then in the regional polls, he was using the Lars, right? Which feels like a very nice, happy medium between Steve and Dragunov. So it's going to be interesting to see who he plays out. I'd like to see the Steve. The character's hype, man. You know, boxing is awesome and all that. So I'd like to see that Steve. But, you know, what would you like to see?
I mean, look, I really like seeing Breadman. I like seeing Breadman with the Leroy. The Leroy, we don't get as much representation, but even more so, I just feel like he has quite the understanding of the character. Nobby, like you said before, though, I mean, this guy is a legend, man. He's been around for so long. I've been a fan for just as long. And, like, shout out to the Yamasa boys, too, man. He's one of those guys that's been really kind of putting that team up as all times possible. This guy, Breadman, though, 49th at the last chance qualifier for 2024. And as you can see, he's really been out here traveling as well, man. I feel like each year we get to see him more and more, and he's really been stepping up to the plate with his characters as well as showing up. It's one of the reasons he's up here on the stage trying to win that bad boy right there. All shined up. I'm telling you right now. Real gold, apparently. That's real gold on that bad boy.
Kilos away. I saw it took like 3 people to lift it up. That stuff is crazy. But there's my answer. We're not seeing any Steve. Come on, Nobby. But, you know, Lars, a very good, capable character, especially this season. So it's going to be very interesting how it goes. And, you know, it kind of feels like a dream coming true as well, because I've learned from watching Morgold and Breadman back when he used to play Claudio as well. So to see him on a big stage like this, it feels like a dream come true. But hey, another game right now. Winners round 1. The last game of winners round 1. Team Nobby versus Z10 Breadman. Let's go. Again, back in France. Pretty not sudden moves right now, but 2-2-2, nice. 1-1-1 rather, sorry.
Okay. Instant heat activation, gets the counter hit, and this is where Breadman gets to play. Recover some life back, no gray left on his side.
It was interesting as well. Nobby already was looking for the backsway earlier. Definitely one of the things he was known for. Keeping the pressure going, nice break.
Okay. 4-4. Tries to go on the Hermit, stands back, one to close it out. No.
That's a great call-up from as well. The sidewalk left working out beautifully there against the Sabaki.
Shoeshine blocks it this time. Low parry, Nobby's ready.
Again, it's Lars, so it should be easy. Carry through the wall here. Ooh, drops the ender. Unfortunate.
Tries to go for a punish. Didn't get it, though. And not guarding his toes at all, Nobby knows.
Yeah, but Shin's looking rough, man.
Okay.
Gotta get away from Scortable.
No break.
The call-outs right now from Nobby have been super good, especially in the parries, especially in the kind of all options that Breadman is presenting.
Oh, tried to cancel in the Hermit, expecting something from Nobby. Nobby hits the brakes, takes his time, 2 rounds.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful about how you punish that low as well, because the possibility of the parry coming out, but oh, it gives him the lightning.
Okay, 1-2-4, fishing for orbital. Man, Breadman is just having a hard time getting anything started in his first game.
And the movement from Nobby has been so tight, and nice low parry once again.
To the wall.
Nobby looking very good as well. It's the family man buff, I'm telling you. He was so strong in the regional leaderboards, and now as well, looking so good. Ain't spent.
Gotta bring home the bacon, man. That's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of bacon on that pedestal as well, man.
Oh.
Nice in terms of the timing, they're going low once again. I'm just waiting for that mid to hit, man. That's going to be a chunky mid.
Speaking of mids, Hermit stance once again. Almost 10 seconds left on the clock. Breadman, if you want to come back alive in this game, you got to do it soon.
Time taking. They'll be trying to play with that space. Oh, he's just backdashing. He's using movement so well. Nice was then for to interrupt as well. The call-out doesn't even need a punish. Nobi playing perfectly here.
Defense. Defense. He couldn't even hit Nobi. That's crazy. And look, you can see the exhaustion weighing in. Breadman's like, what do I do to open this guy up? And he got a few pokes, but the spacing on the side of Nobi made it so it wasn't anything clean enough. Even when he went into Hermit stance, he really had a hard time trying to like get an extra hit in there, trying to make him like freak out, do something he wasn't prepared for. Nobi just never took the bite.
Yeah, Nobi just very well studied in this matchup. You know, he feels like he cannot be surprised by this character right now.
Okay. Okay, finally get some up close. Staying in Hermit stance. Nobi ready for the low out of there, though.
Nice, trying to stop that movement as well. Looking for his homing moves.
Okay. Down 4-2 this time.
And again, beautiful spacing. And Lars, again, one of those characters that has really good space control thanks to all the big range buttons.
Oh, not guarding his toes. Nobi. Almost a completely low round right there.
4 round straight right now. Trying to use that down forward 1 mix. And again, low, just no overcommitting, but he is just making it, and again, gives him the lightning. Nice little patience as well from Nobi. I love the timing, that how simple he is playing. He's not doing anything crazy, just spacing out really beautifully, constantly keeping that low mix active.
Man, Nobi's defense, and then when he turns to offense mode, just simple pokes, nothing crazy with the combos. Almost got in trouble right there, though.
It's still ahead, but another counter hit from that low. Good conversion, the 1000 punches working out beautifully.
Okay, let's see if he can get this wall. Yes, he does.
Has the cane available. Oh, Nobi spending the heat. It recovers a little bit of health. Nice power crush.
10 seconds, and he gets him out of the air, goes in the Hermit. Okay, okay, finally getting around on the board. And instantly gets counter hit on the way on. What a duck.
And another one.
Oh,
the
1 plus 2.
Outcast arrow. Should be able to carry through the wall. Nice. Again, he activation to extend the combo. Nice conversion as well. Beautiful. Popping those lows, a little bit of damage on each one, but hey, it's stacking up. Again, going low afterwards, but gets that big. So give me combo drops. I think wall axes definitely didn't help. He was trying to break the wall with that.
Down 1 plus 2, had the wall, had the combo, just couldn't close out. Nobi can definitely bring it back here. He's got rage, no heat on either side, but a simple 2-2 with the punish to close it down. Breadman getting the lead in this second game, still needs a round to tie it up though.
Nice, good bit of guarantee damage to the back. Nice 2-2 punish as well. Looking for the orbital again. Try to go for this to the back. He's not quite finding it this time.
Back to that slow pace, low game is starting to add up once again. Hits him with the cane, the walking stick on the plate.
The
nice
burst
cancel
combo, man. That's so sick. Good awareness from Breadman as well, carrying to the wall.
Oh my God, the damage! Bro, look at the damage!
Hey, TA reported the orbital from Nobi as well, trying to steal the show right now. Sidewall still saving lives, but he's trying to stabilize the combo. Drop of his own. Both are still alive in this set.
Tried to finish the string. Great awareness to not do so. Looking for that big mid up 4. 3 plus 4. What a block and a punish. Nobi says this is not over yet. I don't want him to get a game. I'm trying to go home now.
Set point, Nobi. Man, Breadman almost had it, but Nobi still staying alive. That's so unfortunate for his chops.
Nice block.
And he's trying to call out those lows now, but he has to be so careful. Those Lars mids can be a bit of a nuisance.
Okay, not ready for the low this time around. I like how he's threatening with Hermit stance. Nobi just backing up, more defense.
He's looking for the slower mids as well, now trying to condition Nobi to press something.
Okay, ooh, good defense on both sides now. Game slowing down to a crawl. Heat runs out for Nobi.
Yeah, he was using this size of 3 plus 4 a lot. Nice interrupt as well, stealing the show.
Counter hit.
Once again, we're seeing a lot of counter hits from Breadman with that low. Down back 4, not quite ready to block it. And the heat smash connecting. Is this enough? Yes, it is. Breadman staying alive. But hey, that was a bit of a stressful situation with those drops on both sides.
Oh, man.
But I do want to highlight one thing, because it's really important to understand why he went for the burst cancel. So when you use heat in this game, especially when you're mid-combo, you're actually inflicting a scaling penalty on your combo. So if you are able to get like a class 0 launcher like that and then do the burst cancel, so there's no hit actually connecting, there is no penalty on the scaling. So you're getting the heat and then you can use it later on in the combo without the potential drawback of doing it. So, you know, lab your characters. There are launchers that do allow for those kind of things, and especially post-tornado situations, you can also do it sometimes. I'm
one of those. I just get full crouch down 4-2 with King, pop, heat, cancel, full combo pickup.
Yeah, we're super sick combos as well. Lots of stage houses on the stage well, and you know, I think Lars is going to have a little bit of an advantage, especially with the walls in play and the big wall carry. But hey, that sweet bang right now from Breadman doing some work.
No more holding back to the other wall.
That's going to break another one, right?
Oh my God!
Gets the corner as well. 2-1-2, not quite getting the final hit. Oh, looking for the outcast arrow again. He running out. He tried to go low.
Gets away from that down jab.
Oh!
Didn't believe. Could have closed it out.
Yeah, it was the right punish as well. Big crunch.
No heat, no dash.
Time to running move connecting as well. This side wall again, saving lives. 10 seconds to go. Both in rage. Good block. No enough to kill though. Breadman a little bit of a deficit. The Shushan again working out. Nobi pulling ahead once again.
Repeat offender with the lows. Looking for a duck. Big tracking mid out of the stance.
Yeah, and he's constantly doing stance transitions as well to delay his timing. Gets the lightning once more. Nice punish.
Jeez. Okay. Threatening with Herman stance.
And he's changing the options. Well, no longer using the slow mid, going for the faster options.
Oh, nice. Yo, to Zabaki to get through, but got the hit, the heat dash, but not the combo. And no whip punish as well.
Try to go for the slower option again. Nobi calling it out.
Teasing with the down 4-2. Nice block, great punish. Nobi on set point.
Breadman got to pull something out of the bag, man. All those cards maybe not working out. He's here for the bread, but Nobi trying to take the bread away from him. Nice, big chunk of damage. Not quite able to carry to the wall, but hey, this is still decent wall positioning. Against has the 3+4, going for the chain punches. No! Could have been a heat activation for Breadman, gets it anyway.
Sidestep. Uh-huh.
Nice combo as well. I'm not saying anything, man. I don't want these combos to be dropping.
Right. Oh, big damage!
Nobi going mid. Nice heat smash spin as well. What's the option for Breadman afterwards? Going for slower mid. Needs something else in the trade on the orbital in his favor, but that could have been scary. Breadman staying alive.
That definitely could have been death.
Ooh, what a trade.
Okay, running 3. Well, 1-2 to get him out of there.
Yeah, small little interrupts against Shushan.
Punish.
Yeah, the parry finally working out.
Oh, wow. Had the counter hit, but didn't believe. Gives chance to Nobi for a low parry.
He activated as well. Big chunky combo. Shushan again goes low, and that's enough to kill with the counter hit. Nobi going forward. But Breadman, what a performance from him as well. Trying to get back into it, just not quite ready.
The Lars, man. I like seeing the choices from Nobi. Nobi having a multitude of characters to switch from, and playing them in certain matchups is exactly what you like to see from a player as established, a legend like Nobi. But of course, Breadman still has a chance in his lower bracket. The Lars still, once again, the interesting pick.
Very, very interesting. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to lie. I would have liked to see the Steve. I think with Steve as a character that also is severely underrated and is super fun to watch. But hey, Lars, Nobi making the Lars look really, really good. And really, really fun. And playing him in a mostly very simple way. Just going for his lows, changing up his timing as well, not always committing to the full Shushan. We saw him as well going to the dynamic entry a few times as well to mix up his timing. His spacing was absolutely immaculate. You can really see how many years of experience he has under his belt. And he's, you know, trying to put himself back on top. He might be a family man, he might not have as much time to play as he used to back in the day, but he definitely is still a very strong and very serious competitor.
Well, let's take a look back at this set and just the defense that we saw on the side of Nobi. Lots of hits, obviously, right? Like even running down to where the timer was out and still brave enough to play at this range where he definitely could have got hit by a bunch of tricky lows. But just knowing when to turn that offense on, and we saw it kind of start to build up where Breadman got a lot more confident with some of his attacks, right? And that's when Nobi's like, you know what? Maybe I should play even more on the defensive side, but was still able to find stuff like this orbital against the wall and go right back to these big lows.
Yeah, 100%. It is a bit unfortunate as well for Breadman. You know, I think the situations where the combos were dropping, actually, it's not just the damage loss that's really important. It's also the fact that you're losing a wall carry, and that means you're losing wall positioning. And that makes it hard to close down your opponent in those situations, lock them down in a position where they cannot have as many options. And all the high-risk options are way, way riskier the walls because there's splat and damage and maybe another wall. So it sucks. It definitely sucks. But Breadman, I'm sure he's going to, you know, take a breather, take some time, have some water, and then get back into it. He is in loser's side, so definitely not out of it just yet, but Nobi is going to be continuing on in this bracket as well, looking confident and poised. Oh, man.
Jeez, well, we got the first winners round done and done. The John Kostakis, Osama Abbasi, and Nobi will be moving on. As we move on to winners round 2, this is where our global leaderboard top 4 have been waiting the entire week that we've been playing Tekken, but you're finally gonna get to see them throw hands. The digital fisticuffs are on the way. We got Mulgold versus the John being set up, and as we know, he came from that LCQ. He definitely just took out Edge, but the bracket tells a great story. We're gonna get to that first part of it coming up real shortly here.
Yeah, and so far, what's your favorite match? Obviously, we've had 4 matches, all killer, no filler.
Oh, man, I mean, all of them were really good. I got to say that the John Edge match was probably my favorite to start it off. But I'm sure I'm going to have a different one by the time we get towards the end of this bad boy. What about you?
Honestly, I really like yours versus Kostakis. I thought there's a lot of options being presented as well. I think the fact that Kostakis actually looked really, really confident in the match. It was all the theatrics before the match and after the match were really, really interesting as well. But, you know, all the best still very much ahead of us.
Yeah, we got plenty of games left for you guys watching at home. Of course, man, it's been a pleasure here talking with Pun Life. I'm glad that we moved it around so we can make this talk happen. We've been having conversations a lot off camera, and I'm a big fan of this guy, man, a fan of the stats, and you guys got a big opportunity. Go check out some of the stats yourself. Head on over, follow us on Twitter, hashtag TWT Final. We got a break, but when we come back, we're going to get to that winners round 2 right after this.
From your beginner days to where you are now, I've seen you win. I've seen you lose. And I've always been here, right in front, lighting it all up. We were together when you first discovered gaming. That feeling, the discoveries, the friendships. You never shied away from me. You've cried. You've tilted. Your bursts of joy. You've discovered fame. You felt everything, fully. I've seen you become you. We've always been together in your gaming journey.
Tekken 5DR 最初にやったのは Tekken 4です。
The first Tekken title I ever played, I think it was Tekken 6.
जो मैंने सही तरह से खेला था वो टेकन टैग 2 था.
हाँ टेकन मैंने खेली थी टेकन 3 खेली थी मैंने.
I started play Tekken in a high level at Tekken 7 and also still playing right now.
J'ai commencé par Tekken 3.
My first Tekken is Tekken 3.
My first game Tekken is Tekken 7.
I started playing Tekken in 2018, so it was Tekken 7.
ये तो बड़ा मुश्किल है सवाल है.
誰をってよりもいろんな地域に行っていろんな人とやりたい。
そうですね。パキスタンが結構オフラインでみんな強くて練習集まってしてる感じがするので、ちょっとパキスタンにオフ練習はちょっと行ってみたいかなと思いますね。
If I teleport from Pakistan and play with any player, I don't know actually. I mean, I need a player or training partner that play multiple characters. I need to find that one like Atif, you know, I can just play with him for hours because we play multiple characters.
जॉन्डिंग होगा वो, क्योंकि मैं शुरू से जॉन्डिंग की गेम देखता आ रहा हूँ, क्योंकि वो एडी का प्लेयर है तो मुझे इसका गेम स्टाइल पसंद है और वो दूसरे करैक्टर भी खेल लेता है, तो इस वजह से
मैं तो प्रेफर करूँगा, मैं तो वही प्लेयर जो है ना जो पसंद करूँगा वही करूँगा जो करैक्टर खेलता हो सभी, जिसके साथ मेरी प्रैक्टिस अच्छी हो सके. मुझे लगता है नी भी सब करैक्टर खेल लेता है तो मैं नी को चूज़ करूँगा.
I think it's a very hard question because the also Korean and Pakistan scene is Japan scene also is everyone is strong, I think, but in my opinion I choose the Pakistani scene with my local scene, and the training partner I think choose the Atif.
Étant donné que oui, la Corée et le Pakistan ça domine bien en ce moment. J'aurais bien demandé un Arslan H, un Atif ou un Ni ou un JDCR de m'entraîner.
Maybe Arslan H, between Arslan H and Atif.
Welcome back to the Tekken World Tour 2025 finals. It's final bracket day, and we have just completed the first round of winner's side, which means it is time to progress into round 2. And you're going to be seeing some of the faces that you have not yet seen play this week. That's right. Some of those global seeded players will be joining us on stage. Let's get into our first matchup. And without any delay, welcome our first player, one of those seeds hailing from South Korea, representing Gen G Esports. He was the #1 ranked player globally across the season with 2,000 820 points. He qualified for the final bracket because he was the #1 seed. Let's welcome on stage, Mogold! And let's welcome, returning to the stage after his first round victory against Edge, the LCQ champion, hailing from Pakistan, representing Al Qadsiya Esports, the John. Gentlemen, I'm going to need you to rock, paper, scissors to determine player side, so if you'd like to take it away. Okay, Mogold will be P1 side. Let's hand it back over to the caster's desk with Margin Obama and Brown Man.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the epicenter of the action here at the Tekken World Tour Finals 2025 in Malmö, Sweden. I'm the ever-hydrated Brown Man, joined here today by the magnificent Margin Obama. How you doing, my man?
What's going on, Brown Man? How you feeling? Look, when we see these two players step up, we've had flashbacks, right? People like Spag, us, we've had front row seats to watching this regional rivalry play out in a way that goes beyond just... It's really easy to get distracted with the Arslan Ash and Atif and Nee. You forget about the other guys sometimes, right? We just saw Osama Abbasi qualify, still on winner's side. But this is the guy who I like watching this matchup. I like watching the Edge versus the John, who just got over to make it this far in the winner's round 2 here at the top 20. But going up against the #1 leaderboard, he's been one of the most consistent players all year. Through losses, able to battle back. Remember the opener against Nee where he got just dismantled and then fought back against him on that stage in Chicago to be able to punch the win. And this is another one of those matches, man, it just like the temperature rises a little bit in the arena a little bit. You can feel it. This one's going to mean something right here. Mogold versus the John.
It's going to be an interesting one to come back to as well.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about the last, 8 months. You were talking about, the last matches in Chicago, things like that. But we had their last encounter go to Mogold's favor, and he looked very prepared. Nothing was touching him that day.
He looked very prepared, but you got to remember, this is an anime game. The John got through that LCQ with the power of love, family, and friendship. Is he going to take that with him today on this stage up against the monster Mogold? Pakistan versus Korea, a rivalry almost through new matchups and new players, constantly renewed right here. Winners round 2, top 20 of your Tekken World Tour 2025, top 20 bracket. Let's get into it. Mogold versus the John.
Now, is the John part of the main story? Is he just an OVA in this anime? Let's find out. Now, Mogold, let's see what he comes back in. He knows he can't use the same strategy he employed last time. The John and all of his teammates and all of his training partners will have planned for that. Let's see what he's got in store for us today. Excellent spin back, setting the tone so far. Got to touch me first.
Immediately throwing. We run up to the grappler. We get throws too. Swinging, swinging.
All right, feeling each other out.
Yeah.
Right in each other's face. They haven't started swinging yet, but there we go. Nice sidestep into the Claudio twin piston. Sends him up. Excellent wall situation for him as well.
And this is where things are going to come into play here. Watching how Mogold wants to play around the wall. Watching how the John reacts. Sidestep and immediate return with that charge shot. Activate. And look at the return he's going to get for this.
And Mogold definitely likes to test people towards the start of the set to see how they deal with that. Let's see what he does with that information. But now trying to fight his way from that wall. Does not want to stay there. Going in with that elbow. Nice. The John special. Should be able to spike him down here. And the down forward one to close it out. Leader so far in this set.
And that's an immediate check there. And that wall positioning where Mogold is traditionally so strong and dominant. The John with an immediate answer. But now let's see how the option rotation works a little bit. Now that Mogold knows that he's going to be looking for that charge shot, wants to step off. Is he maybe going to apply one more just safe mid pressure at the wall? Hammer him with that sidestep 4, or is he going to get clapped up by this beast in heat? Jab float.
Excellent. Trying to fight this one back. Has a little bit of health to recover. Using up some of that heat.
Splash.
Down. Uses up the rest of his meter there. Heat Smash gone. What has he got? Close on health. Uses up that install. Heat Smash coming in, plus frames. Delays it a little bit, but floats him out of the air. Morgold, look at Prime, might be able to take this round.
Brown, man, the focus that he had in that situation. And the back one Claudio Classics to close it out.
I don't think he was blinking, man. He was looking for every animation he could. Now starting up with a big commitment there from the John. Now Morgold trying to close it in.
Starburst active, gonna press into the armor that time and actually still safe, able to back out.
Good break on the Shining Wizard attempt. Now, see, Morgold is backing up a bit more. In the first round and a half, he was willing to kind of stay and slug it out and see what John had for him up close. But now he's figured out, all right, the John is pressing. He knows the timing. I got to go in and out. And you can see, he's slowing down on the heavier buttons and moving in and out to try and catch the John on something.
And Morgold's been pretty conservative with his application of lows. Really just a like solid mix of jabs and those mid strings, the spell string as well. Be able to try to just, again, control that mid-range space. Big giant swing there from the John, though. Post-counter activation here from Morgold. What's it going to look like? Again, gets gripped up parallel to the wall. Going to throw him back to center stage.
Oh, just out of range. Now the John saved himself there, using that Heat Smash, trying to use some pokes here to close it out. But anybody's game, 3 seconds to go.
And just like that, the Wasp standing forward to close it out for the John.
All right, this is going
This is a back and forth. This is a back and forth, Brown man.
You love to see it, but as a player, it may not be what you want.
And Morgold light punish there on the hop knee, but see what the John is thinking right now. He wants that down 4-2 so bad.
He's just like, come over here, man. Let me show you something.
Again, sending a message to Morgold. You better, if you want to be a mid dispenser, I can be one too. Drop him. Take the down 3, no. Look for the chop.
Trying to get him on the wake up, cracking those ankles.
Morgold playing with that circlet string a lot too, just that 2-1. Nice, good punish from the John. Gonna take advantage of the frames there. Go and get the grab off. Giant swing him back to center stage.
Trying to keep at that distance. The John, a little bit of a health lead, but that's about to disappear. Morgold with a big counter hit down 4-2. Now about to get a whole ton of damage to this wall.
Yeah, with the wall with the activation. Look for the side step forward. Immediate spring kick from the John into smash. Nothing. Before neutral 2.
The lateral movement there from Morgold. 3 seconds to go, Margin Obama.
Crouch jab to interrupt. The punish. And Morgold just barely able to take advantage of that last second. Get that guaranteed damage and go up. Down 4-2s, the John brings it right back.
Yo, we slipped that one in real sneaky like.
And drop him. Woo. Take the low this time. Mixing it up.
The delay caught Morgold off guard. Now, it's a perfect situation. About to slam him into that phone booth, perhaps.
3-2-2, leg drop. No, goes for the homing.
Oh! Sends him into that wall, stripping him of his health. 7 golden letters. What a big statement. That was super back and forth, as we mentioned before. You know, both sides were really getting off a lot of options, a lot of counter hits, a lot of good situations. Those grabs started adding up, though. Those giant swings, and he was able to close it out in a commanding way. In that
the mind games, especially for the John side, you saw like down 4-2 was basically not even an element in the matchup for like 3 of those rounds. And then that one round where he got super insistent on it, then he brings it back in the last round, and it paid off big time.
Yeah, he was using it just to kind of test him, poke him, and he was able to slip it in and get those counter hits through the strings that Morgold was employing as well. It's crazy.
It's such a good like game of chicken that he plays around with it. Really is good for being able to create moments of hesitation or just lack of confidence on your side defensively. You're trying to get a read.
Not letting the full charge go.
Mid strikes. And overall, the John's done a pretty decent job in spite of the tracking on that. Oh my! On that explosion.
Yo, the crowd's feeling away about that one.
Y'all better watch those boos, man. I've seen Morgold pop off in the crowd once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that. You don't want to make this guy angry.
Yo, go change that EWC reaction, man.
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
All right, now trying to get that push, kind of keep him near the wall, just poking him, trying to keep a barrier, like an invisible barrier that's just stop him from.
Yeah, he was fishing for good counter hit tools there, right? But Morgold was just not giving it to him. Willing to just give up the real estate a little bit and just hold back.
1-2, delaying that string.
And it ends up in a side swap situation like this where Morgold can apply pressure, but he's getting gripped up, Brown man.
Man, people don't realize at home, I know people in the chat right now, man, I would have broken that. Well, maybe you would have.
No,
but the way he's hiding these, you don't understand. He's running up into instant giant swing. People have no idea. When you are at the pinnacle of king, like the John is, hiding those in there, no matter how good you are. Morgold, #1 in the leaderboard, one of the best to ever do it, and he's not able to break them every time. That should tell you how hard It is, and he gets one there, but he's still on a losing ratio.
He's not doing the motion in a way that's telegraphed like that.
Yes,
He's hiding
exactly.
the input
That's
in
what it
between
is.
runs, short dashes like that, and that's ultimately throwing Mogold off and making the mix-up a lot harder to see. Which is why you might see him start to try to flash duck in some of those ranges just to negate the guess game.
But you know that, catches him on the wake-up attempt, tried to kip up. The John was ready for it.
Doesn't even go for the low or the mid-strikes, just gonna step with him, activate. Mogold got the starburst, but runs right into a knee. The John lowering his shoulder.
The Mogold has to make something happen here. The John on set point here, the crowd clapping. They are getting into this. They want to see some blood.
You get fishing with that down 4-2, got the trade in his favor, not able to take advantage. Punish on the armor there for Mogold. Fishing with the hop, but nothing is coming up big here for him. Oh my God, the John laying it on him. Down 4-2, lets the follow-up rip. Jabs him out, gets the activation after, gets the wall.
So he's going for a combo video.
Gets taking just extra hits. Finally, sidestep 4, the lows coming out. They have not played that big of a factor in this matchup, and now paying off big time for Mogold, gonna put him back in this round.
You don't want to give Mogold this type of opportunity. The John had a big health lead, but there it goes, dissipating, evening up the round count.
The lows are what made the difference there.
Yes. And he did try to go for some.
Helps when you have a low heat span.
It really does. All right, spiked him down. Okay, now you can see he's trying to put the pedal to the metal. He does not want the John to have a chance to try, not letting him play.
The ducks. It's like, screw this guessing stuff, man. I'm out of here. And look at the moon, Brown Man. The blue moon burst. The low touch.
The delay.
No way.
Gets a resplat there. The crowd are losing their mind. Someone sounds like they're getting murdered over there, but it sounds like someone might be getting murdered on stage. Gets it with the YouTube chiropractor. Heat smash plus frames. Can he get it? But weaves it through. The hop kick from Mogold, the lifesaver, keeping him alive on the winner side of this TWT top 20.
How many times have we seen this dude on the brink of destruction, betting it all on a blue moon burst, betting it all on a sky slash? Oh man, sky slash and overkick. Man, Mogold letting you know it's not gonna be that easy. And that would have been crazy. Could you imagine qualifying in the place that he did? Doesn't have to worry about group stages, makes it all the way to Sunday, and then you lose your drop your first set like
to the LCQ with it, guys.
To the LCQ.
First seed to last seed.
That's cheating though. I'm saying the John, I'm telling you, he got like the power, love, and friendship, family.
Yeah, it's true.
He's got an anime.
No, he got family from Germany over here. They're in the crowd somewhere. They're giving him energy. All right, catching with that last hit. Caught the John moving.
And the low snap kicks right into a counter hit giant swing again.
The execution required to just throw that on a limb, you know, before someone blinks. It's so impressive.
He's buffering that while being hit.
Yeah, exactly. He knows. And he's playing on stick as well. People don't understand that you have to have that dexterity, that hard work, those hours of training. But here we go. It's all coming to fruition here. The John using some of his heat options to try and force some gameplay here on Mogold. Catches him again. I swear, that down 4-2, it looks small, but I swear that's a mini nuke right there. You hit one of those, changes the tide of everything.
Right. It might with the way he plays with the mental frames, it's like plus on whiff, basically. You got to treat it that way.
And I feel like the John is so good at frustrating you.
Yeah.
To the point where now you can see Mogold is trying to be the aggressor. He doesn't want to give the John the opportunity to utilize some of these defensive tools that end up just taking half of his health.
He's been letting it rock on block a lot too, just like letting the follow-up rip, does not care. And he's not getting counter hit either. He's catching Mogold just trying to move her.
The tempo's changed and Mogold is on a roll. Can he continue this for a couple more rounds? If he can, it might be bad times for John. 7 golden legends bringing that one back.
That wasn't even like the optimal kind of wall pressure that Mogold's looking for, but he just made such good plays off the sidewall.
It was just playing a pickup game. It's like whoever's around, I'm gonna hit these combos real quick. I'll get you one.
Counter hit, cash out, test you with these mid strings, these mid kicks.
Goes to that leg drop, breaking some clavicles.
Especially because a lot of these mid strings, especially like circlet, of course, just being able to work the 2-1 string, but also those mid dispel strings like that, because they have the wall splat follow-up potential like that. That's why it's so scary.
Hefty damage there. Now again, one too many times the John using that spring kick. Mogold making him pay for it.
Again, the splash damage enter to close out there. Mogold right now. Got to be careful about the floor break. Giant swing, again, getting gripped up by the John here.
Yeet.
But Mogold on set point.
All right, now being a bit more cautious here, but excellent whip punish. Well, no, not quite. Excellent. Oh, okay, he's taking him downtown. We're going to get a fat combo here now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. But this Oki is going to be really what you're going to be worried about. Catches him, tries to catch him with the mid. But again, just not letting up. Mulgold didn't have many options. And it was hoping maybe he could get another hop kick to go through the John's offense. But now, here we are. Mulgold versus the John. The final round. Somebody has to go.
And now in game 3, the final round, he brings out the muscle armor again.
This is for page 5 on the King playbook right here.
Yeah.
Mulgold, he's read that one. Dashing in with the muscle buster. He busted some property there as well. Now we got a nice combo here from the John. Can he take the lead he needs here and bring it all the way?
Light punish there from Mulgold right after the down for 1 follow-up. Looking just for anything. Low snap kicks, but runs right into the heat smash. And now the John on the precipice, but hold on. Running to dive, low smash, just instant cash out. The John in, both players in rage.
Dispel. The strings and the alley kick to take down Mulgold. The John in that nail biter, just clutching it out with that last ray of hope with that kick and ended it there, securing himself his spot in the next stage of this.
And this is kind of crazy now. You're talking about the John. Bro, think about how buff that Group A was. When literally everyone is in this tournament on Sunday from that Group A. And the John wins the LCQ and picks up, it's like he went to sleep, but the momentum is still with him. Going over the #1 seed in this tournament in winner's side, and now you're looking at it like, man, if I'm going to loser's bracket, what the hell am I gonna do, man? Mulgold is, again, top seed in this. He was able to skip all the first 3 days of this event like that. But man, the John right now, if he sits down and he's able to keep playing with this level of focus and this just lock it in like this, he's going to be tough to get over, man, especially once we get to those first 3 sets. Yeah. He dropped that set against iMusician last night, but the way he recovered after, too, and the way it played out, that was crazy, man.
That was a huge comeback. And again, it was, very, very close. We had some, like, everyone in the venue, they were pulling a shift last night. We were watching some of the greatest Tekken play of the year, and it was going down to the wire every time.
And this set, Brown, man, too, you talked about it, the back and forth, man. There was so much mind games, especially around, like, down 4-2s. Mulgold was very insistent on his mid-pressure strikes. That 360 degrees, man, we see all around, bro. The BBL hitboxes, they're everywhere in this game. But the cool thing was seeing the back and forth between them, especially with mind games, the way throws had such an impact in the set, too. For Mulgold in the beginning as well, but also as the set went on, the John, he was just kind of undeterred, and they played a really big role, especially Giant Swing specifically.
But yeah, the John that we saw at the start of the year is not the John that we're seeing, at the start of last year, 12 months ago, 10 months ago, is not the John we're seeing here today. This man looks like he has the makings of being a champion.
So with that said, let's toss it to Logan on stage, see what we got coming up next on this bracket. We'll get to him in just a moment, but when you think about the way think about where Mulgold gets dropped into the bracket. We'll take a look at it in just a moment. But thinking about the players that had played round 1 like that, you got players like Breadman down there now too. You know what to expect when it comes to Tekken World Tour finals like this. It's the best of the best, right? But man, that loser's bracket is going to be nasty. And looking at round 2, our next match is going to be Mangja versus Riot. Now,
it's going to be a banger.
Question. Riot, what are you thinking about him going into this match?
Well, Riot, he's not been able to have those super breakout performances throughout the year, I feel. But he's undoubtedly one of the best players in the world. And we'll see him and see what he has for Mangja, another one of the best in the world, up soon. But right now, we're going to throw you with much pleasure to our good friend, Logan.
Thank you very much, guys. Let's get into our next match and welcoming onto the stage. Hailing from South Korea, representing Team Virtus Pro, finishing 19th on the global leaderboard this season with 1,260 points. He qualified top of that stacked Group A in the global group stages. Let's welcome Mangja. His opponent hailing from Saudi Arabia, representing Team Reject. He finished 12th on the global leaderboard this season with 1,530 points. He qualified out of Group D. And at the Tekken World Tour Finals 2024, he managed a 3rd place finish. Let's welcome the Saudi Arabia Esports Personality of the Year, Raf! Gentlemen, it is on you to determine which player will be picking sides. Can you shoot rock, paper, scissors for me, please, in your own time? Oh. Player 1. Okay, let's hand back over to Margin Obama and Brown Man. Let's get the action on.
Tekken World Tour Finals, and we are going to keep it moving here in round 2, winner side of this top 20 final bracket. Mong just stepping up against Rive, and we watched group play a few days ago with these two guys, and Rive brought out some surprises, I think, and kind of had a pretty impressive performance, especially leveraging that Bakaram in the group stage.
Unexpected pick. That was not something I expected,
Yeah.
but, you know, look, he got it. It got him to where he needs to go.
Got him to where he needs to go. I like it as a pocket, but I cannot imagine against Mangja he would leverage that. I'm thinking it's Jin, right? That's the question with him.
Right?
That's the question with him. It's like character pick now. I'm like, I don't know what he does.
Well, the interesting part is Riot has that branding of like character loyalists. Like you don't see him use anyone else except Jin. So he has that element of surprise where if he chooses to, like you saw him kind of utilize a little bit earlier in the week with that Falcon run where it's like, nobody's going to prepare for anything else.
Yeah.
You never even, it doesn't even cross your mind. But now he's cracked that seal open, right?
It's not going to have the same effect.
It's not fresh anymore, but it's still coming into play. So now people are going to start looking at who he's using.
But especially, I'm thinking up against a character like Law, some of the punishment that he has on some of those attacks that, you know, obviously, especially at the frame disadvantage that a lot of Bakaram's go-to attacks would leave him at, Law can hit him pretty hard for that.
Very hard.
I would imagine he goes with Jin, but just out of, like, safety, just to be able to, like, play a more stable matchup in that regard, right?
Yeah, I think the Jin definitely has, look, no matter what the Jin players would like to tell you, Jin has everything he needs and then some, right? So at a fundamental level, Rive, an extremely, again, I keep saying, one of the best players in the world, an extremely fundamentally based, right? And you can see that in his Jin. He's not just out here like just spamming whatever, right? He's not utilizing like just a lot of mix-ups as much as maybe others. He's got the fundamental play to start learning his opponents and then break them down methodically. And then if he needs to, he can get a bit tricky with it. But that is something scary. Meanwhile, we got Mangja. You know, at this point, I swear he's like a 50-year veteran in this game. But he's only really been given the spotlight to the masses in the last few years, especially with his performances in the start of Tekken 8.
This is another player who he'll show up, and for some reason, again, he turns up at EVO Japan and just turns up 2 years in a row, right? And has really big performances there. It's not like he has trouble breaking in. Obviously, he's on this stage for a reason. He has trouble getting the win, though, right? And, of course, today's bracket, it's going to be a marathon affair. You got to be locked in and ready to play this bracket all the way out. But the thing for him is he's looking for a win at this point. That's the one thing that's missing on the resume, right? That kind of like resounding dub to kind of put on your resume. And so you got South Korea going up against Saudi Arabia. Right now, there's something about Saudi Arabia and Jin too, man. Starting with, you know, Riot was talking about it in the interview content. He's like, my man, shouts to Sora.
Yo, what are the
There's always a Saudi Arabian Jin player, always. They love this character. So Riot stepping up the Mangja right here.
All right, Mangja showing no fear, interrupting on those 1, 2, 3 string checks from Riot. Catching him out of the air. Again, every time Riot is trying to take some of his turn, Mangja's putting something in there. And again, first round, he can do that. He wants to see, what have you got for me?
Yeah, and I want to see how Mangja plays around the threat of parry as well. How Riot is going to deal with slide. Should Mangja be really insistent about presenting it?
That second hit catches people. You think you're safe? You get a nunchuck to the face.
High mid-strings. While standing 4-4 and sidestep activate from Riot now. Trying to get some of this health back. He's working with Rage, working with Heat.
He's got those glowing eyes. I'm scared. And the low, sneaky low there. Again, a lot of mental stack there for Mangja. You know, what's going to happen moving forward? And he gets clipped with that low. Now, starting off with a big sweep using those plus frames. Now, Mangja, again, I was about to say he's a bit more conservative on the interrupt attempts, but gets caught out there.
Mangja going to a lot of jab strings as well. Crouch have to interrupt, goes to the wall standing 4. Back turn attack, but he presses into this counter hit. And Rife gonna confirm here. Goes in the heat, counter activation from Mangja. I'm mid-string poking with no punish.
Hesitation a bit there, but you got to measure the distance sometimes. Demon Paul whiffs. Manga's got an opportunity. Good break on the 1+2. Another one.
Look at Rife's movement too, bro. He's constantly moving clockwise.
Excellent.
Great duck and great response. Takes a DCC low.
Always trying to hit it with those 10 strings.
Crouch stab, steal the turn back. Mid and flip kick the seal it, Mangja.
Low players, they be throwing those out at the end of rounds because you think, all right, generic low, I got him now. No, yo, he's in there already.
Nice, tap him low. Mangja, not trying to overextend on pressure either, right? He's willing to just give him some touches here and there and then back off. Go finds the engager now. Steps in, nunchucks everywhere. The space control, now the pressure.
Him down, nunchuck and flipping over. All right, catches him out of the air. There's a lot of work here for Rife, but the low jab, gets, okay. Sidestep into the heat smash. Very well done there by Mangja. Amazing lateral movement. But now trying to lock down Rife here with that homing at the start of the round. And you saw that parry attempt as well. People always talk about Jin's parries. But Law's got some of the best parries in the game
That's true too,
as well.
yeah.
All right, letting that whole string rip. Slowing it down a little bit. Nobody wants to overcommit. It's all on the line. Activating that heat. Rife on the back foot, waiting for an opportunity, waiting for an opening. Can he find it? Mangja just about out of heat. Didn't get to use the heat smash at the last minute, but gets a punish on the wind hook.
Mangja's used some jab strings this whole game so far. Man, he has gotten a lot of return.
Oh, that missed input on the jump might cost him here. 1, 2, 3, trying to close the gap. Rife can make something happen. Trying to use that dive kick.
Trades in with the homing attack. Not enough health to take. And Mangja gonna take the first game here.
Oh, wow, okay.
He kept that real polite, man. It was not a lot of overextension.
No.
Maybe like a couple rounds, you saw some nunchucks and maybe a little bit of space control there, like especially round 4. But that last round, he played that very tight, very compact. And again, just really strong reliance on just like jab strings and good movement to find whip punish opportunities.
I think Law, when played like that, in that super efficient, super tight, super calculated way where he's keeping it in the pocket, not overcommitting, not overextending, not allowing many openings to appear. It puts the onus on Rife to make the perfect play. That is not always so easy, and you can see Mangja there. He had that plan in mind and was able to lock it down. Because the earlier rounds, it was still playing it tight, but he was willing to throw out a few more things, take a bit more risk, get a bit more information. But now he's like, all right, I got what I need, at least for this game. Let me lock this down and secure the round and secure the game. And he was able to do that. But we got Yorids. Now, his brethren in the bracket as well. They may face each other at some point later in there, but right now we have Rife coming.
Yorin's got to give him his best advice. He ain't trying to see it down there. It's like, last thing I'm trying to see is fight you down there. Nice, opening up with some lows here, but Mangja gonna call out the second attempt. Right, and gonna get the wall for it too. Activate. Momentum building. Drop the hammer on him, slide in the pickup and punish from Rife.
Sending him over, gets some stylish combos, gets the resplat with that back 2-1 send.
That's the first time I used slides since like round 2. Not gonna go, I don't really associate overuse of slide like that with Mangja style.
No, definitely not.
Right here, gonna side swap. Still
snap to the head.
Gotta represent it a little bit.
Oh, that's the whole string going. I wasn't expecting it.
Smashed right at the wall, goes for the grab. Good break from Rife. Rife in raid. We've seen this kind of round before.
Trying to check with that back 2.
With punish. The lows and the while standing for man, Mangja.
He's looking good. He
applying the pressure. Then when he senses that Rife wants to press off the wall like that, just pumps the brakes just a little, just enough to let him extend. Then just take the whip punishes and just be able to establish a little bit of pressure. Close out the round like that. And look, down on health here, but he's still not really deviating from that style of just really, really compact Tekken play.
All right, Rife's movement really coming into play. Looking like it might allow him to take this round, but Mangja fighting back, activating that heat. The nunchuck, the ultimate equalizer.
Challenge down the nunchucks with your fist. It's not going to work out every time.
Trying to push him back. Dive kick coming back into play. And I noticed Rife really only uses those dive kicks towards the end of rounds as well, trying to close the gap, trying to use
again
and mix up.
Brown man.
Anybody's game. The low parry. That also might be a miss to put on a slide as well. He's finally trying to bring those out again. Didn't get what he wanted, and Rife was ready. All right, should get it there. 1 round apiece. That was clutch.
That was a big low parry. I mean, the difference between being down 2 rounds in that scenario and being on step
would have been on step point, right? All right, now he's trying to use the Jin Classic there with the 2-1, trying to lock Mangja down. Mangja doing a great job.
That's the first time we've seen that Dragon's Roar Rekka series there. Mangja has gone to it a lot this set. You know, obviously Jin has thrown things like parry and stuff like that. But Nunchuck's in the open field. And the cannon?
The Dragon Cannon, he might be able to close it there.
No, he's pressing, man. Mangja right now just picking up where he left off.
He's feeling very comfortable at the moment. He's, look, just trying to close the gap. 1, 2, 3. Trying to catch him with that back 2.
That's the way it feels, man. It's to see where comfort, right? Just does not feel or seem very stressed at all.
Yes, that splat. This could be pivotal for Rive. And one of the Law's one of the few characters in this game that can recover heat as well. You saw it in previous rounds. He was getting back more. He got a few hits in, and you saw he still had the same amount of heat as when he started.
This Rive pressure, though.
All right, nice combo. Taking him around the world, and the heat smash gets that splat. 2 of the few characters in the game with those wall splat heat smash. You cannot afford to get those near the wall. And here we go.
After the delayed wake up, tried to come up low, just woke up right into it. Oh, that's still the turn back, and now we're starting to see Rive very consistent with these punishes. Whenever he does get the opportunity to be able to check slides,
it's out of the air. This is not great for Rive, but sidewall saves him. Slides are coming back out. Monk just trying to cash those in.
The lows.
Good break on that one. Still at the top floor. Anything could change in a moment. Rive trying to keep him out. But Mang just still in heat. Doesn't want to let it go to waste.
Walk up jab touch. And the counter hit hammer. Brown man, this could be bad news for Rive. Up against the wall, the low, the smash.
Manga showing a little bit of mercy there. But then the overhead hits him on the crown with the heel. And Manga taking it over Rive on the winner's side of this top 20 at the TWT point.
He popped up, both hands in the air. He was hyping himself up as soon as he got that. That's another thing too, man. It's like, in this context, you know, this final bracket like this, getting that first win can feel like such a huge release of pressure. Mangja, though, able to get the win. Rife still going to have a shot on loser's side of the bracket. Here in the Tekken World Tour Finals, top 20 main event.
It's crazy. We're only a few matches in, right? This is the second wave. You know, most of these are the players that, you know, qualified through the global leaderboard. But, oh, here we go. Oh, thumbs up. Now, what we saw in the match was, again, it looked like Rive at the start, you know, started having Mangja's number. He was like, all right, I'm going to catch him on a few things. The lateral move was helping out a lot. As you can see, when he gets him to the wall, it's a bit of trouble. But Mangja was just able to catch his timing, start delaying. You know, playing a little bit of rope-a-dope sometimes as well. And able to start cashing in the slides later on. Though most of them didn't work out, he got enough to still make Rive worry about those ducks. The fact that he blocked or low parried some of them meant he was ducking. And that gave Mangja some opportunities. Right there, while standing with the DSS. Rive was a bit confused on that one, did not expect to get hit by it. And Dragon Cannon Ender there.
Yeah, that was just really well played by Mangja overall. Just did not overextend very much at all. I mean, maybe a few slides here and there, but other than that, he played that just simple and clean.
That second last round, it looked like Rive was able to reignite the flame, but that flickered out very quickly. When that last final round came through, Mangja was like, yo, I'm gonna kick it up.
And so you see what matchup that cues up in winners quarterfinal. We've seen this before. We've seen this before. The John versus Mangja. That showdown went down at Super Tournament. Yes. It's one of the last master events on the tour calendar, and it was very one-sided. We'll see how that one plays out this time. But also group stage. They were in the same groups.
Yes.
Did they not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Group A. There's something about Group A, man. There was something
in the water there, man. I don't know what's going on.
But there you see. Also, we had one. Our next match is going to be, of course, Barzine versus Kostakis. Let's check in on the stage, see what Logan Sama has to say about our players.
Thank you very much, Obama. That's right, it's time to get into our next match. And for the first time, let's welcome onto the stage, hailing from Pakistan, representing Team Falcons. This season, he was 4th in the global leaderboard with 2,081 points. He made the final bracket by way of auto-seeding by finishing in the top 4. let's welcome Farzine! And let's welcome back onto the stage, hailing from Greece, representing Phantasma. He made the final bracket by way of Group C and defeated Yoreds in the first round. Let's welcome back Kwistakis. I like that. All right, gentlemen, it's time to determine who picks player side. In your own time, sorry. Okay, Kwistakis player one. Let's hand it back over to Obama and Brownman on commentary as we get this next match underway.
All right, we have both of these amazing players setting up for you guys. We got two players who, you know, most likely we're going to see some weapon users on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing a gun to a knife fight, or you got to bring a knife to a gun and a knife. I don't know.
I love Tekken's a game all about, you know, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs and about bringing knives and guns to a fist fight. I don't know.
They got security over there? Like, how'd they get that? How'd they get to the location?
Kwistakis, you got to talk about him, made it out of the group stages in dramatic fashion. Some big upsets, and then just had an intense set with Yoreds to even make it to this point. But baby, you got to talk about the man who locked his position up on that global leaderboard. You see there, Kwistakis, regional rank first, 405 points out of the EU region that he has been participating in. Of course, the LOK dojos, big benefactor of those. But his opponent, Farzine, the shining prodigy of Pakistani Tekken, right? We've been watching this. I feel like we've been watching him play for like almost like 7-8 years at this point,
man.
right?
Well, he really, I think, made a name for himself. You know, if you were, you know, in the trenches in the underground Pakistan scene, you knew of him a bit earlier on. But he was like 16 or 18 out here putting the beat down on Knee with Zakuma back in what, 2019, 18, whatever it was. I think it was 2019 when Knee went over, and so that was one of those times where it's like, who is this kid, right? And now you can see he's gotten a lot taller and a lot more skilled, and he's stepped up here as one of the highest placed.
A lot more confident. He's grown as not just a professional, but as a man. You know? Like that's the thing. His perspective on competition, you could tell he wants it so bad, but he has such a good attitude about it too, man. He's always on smile.
You can't even be mad. He might beat your ass 6 rounds straight, but he's like, you know, I can't even be mad at this guy.
But the thing with his style too, Brown, man, this dude he has such a good vision on how opponents like to press buttons, and he will find your timing, and he will counter hit the ever-living Christ out of you. Oh my God, this guy, I feel like we've been watching him for 2 years just counter hit launch, especially, of course, with that Victor, the double punch, right?
Yes.
He's so good at being able to just snipe people out with that, find big return, and then lay the pressure on when it matters. So here we go. Farzine gonna lock it in against Kwistakis. We got Greece versus Pakistan here. The Tekken World Tour Finals, top 20, winners round 2.
Oh wait, whoa, okay, hold on.
Oh, Kwistakis going back to Bay. I like it.
He's gonna bait. He's gonna bait.
Never know. Wait.
All right.
Oh yeah, I was about to say.
All right, let's get it going.
He's choosing his element, man. Do I want the lightning? Am I feeling fire? You know, like what are we gonna do here?
All right, random select. Let's get it going. Now, both of these plays. No. I think Kwistakis, again, this is his second year in TWT, actually, in the finals. But I think a lot of people didn't expect him to take down all the names he did to get to this spot right now. So I would not be surprised if he's in a position with the momentum, with the energy, with the crowd, that he might be able to fell Farzine.
Well, we'll see. Farzine is no stranger to this character matchup. Can he, again, find Kwistakis' timing? Immediately. Kwistakis leveraging those lows, especially the full crouch chop, going into Flame Blast. Farzine with the running low.
Nice.
Showing lows, but Flame Blast once again.
All right, Farzine not having it, putting his up real quick.
That's another Farzine trait too. Like just use a power crush.
He's so good at it. He's a surgeon.
It's a lot of just, he is so good at just seeing people's patterns and timing.
He's reading their hearts, man. He can see through your soul.
That's the problem with Prodigies, Brown Man. They're too damn perceptive.
Nice orbital. But again, well, you know, this is a young man's game. And I think Kostakis is a younger man. Over that stuff. The range game that both these characters can play is so interesting. It's unlike most of the characters in the game.
I like the coded language you use there. It is so interesting. They're both just swinging, man. Durandal with the dash behind it. And now, how does Party press here?
Oh, he blocked it! No, he's checking with the mids. All right, quick evasive maneuver. Goes in with the low punch. You had to close that. I did not want to lose that first round.
Pokes with the mid after, and then just bangs on the crouch jab.
Try to check him with the mid. Now, Kostakis, he's not showing much fear again. He's versus one of the best players in Farzin. But it looks like he's willing to play his game. He's like, screw it, I'm here to win.
But also, Kostakis hasn't really found the opportunity to be able to activate heat, be able to put together one of those rounds like we saw him do in group stages, where he's just willing to just chip players down so much and then force that Clive offense. Gunshots, Farzin able to guard there, eats the sweep.
All right, this could be Kostakis' opportunity. He's got Farzin's back to the wall. He's fighting his way out.
It's a sword fight. It's a good old-fashioned duel.
Just give me the Princess Bride vibes right now.
Oh, who's going to be the horse in the mud, though? Right now, the down one, Kostakis fighting back in rage, gets that low to seal that round.
Spike him down, catch him with that low. Again, Kostakis being very patient here.
Letting that the uppercut, not a safe one.
13 frames. Nice walk. Okay, now the 1+2. Building up some momentum here for Kostakis, but Farzin, low jab to stop it.
The bravery on that sequence for a lot of players. I mean, they're willing to...
You might have get sent to the shadow.
You can challenge, or you can try to deduct it to guess on it, right? But not a lot of players challenge
So
it
he's
like that.
walking through these strings, man. It's untouchable, but they're Farzin laying the blade on it.
That's a huge momentum switch too. And there he finds the launch. Farzin now pushing with the EMP blast. Gets the wall, activate.
Trying to push him in that corner. Again, plus frames, but amazing walk. Kostakis' awareness on when to walk left, when to step, and when to hold it has been so pivotal in these rounds.
His usage of Flame Blast has been incredible all weekend. It's found him so many opportunities against so many players, but the cut here. Farzin still with heat to use. Got the positioning. Cut him with the dash, but the orbital!
This could be
Tornado?
what he needs to close it out. He has that heat. Should be able to get a combo through.
And the erupting, the blazing slashes there at the wall to close out. Kostakis not backing down. Flame Blast, mid, full crouch low strikes.
One for those steel pedals. But again, nice sidestep block there from Kostakis, trying to keep it safe but stay out of the way, staying off angle.
Takes the while standing forward, gets the real estate to activate. Get over here.
Game.
Denied.
Plus from there, Farzin wanted to see what Kostakis is doing. Nothing doing though.
Flame Blast baited, no punish. But baby. Oh no!
Amazing block, gets the wall splat. Now getting a realign on this combo. The Clawers are out.
That was really good punishment and really good adjustment. But Farzin, from this situation, parallel to the wall, finds the launch, finds the dash.
Anybody's game. Kostakis waking up into a mix and gets caught out there by Farzin clutching it out, showing his seasoning, showing his experience, able to keep composed and bring that one back, ripping it out of the clutches of Kostakis.
Kostakis had a really good adjustment at the beginning of one block punishment sequence where he came up the wall standing, I think, one slash, got the wall splat, was able to readjust off of it, then dropped the ender on the second one. Then the response from Farzin right after, oh man, that was like 2 or 3 really quick decisions made by both players very quickly. After like brilliant decisions, like an error, you know?
And that's why you can't give these players that moment of relief. You know, they'll take it and run with it. They'll make you pay for it big time. Any small mistake could lose you everything. Snuffing out the string with that downward one. Again, Farzin playing interesting mind games with that, running 1+2. There's plus frames there, got a stance mix. There are options there for Kostakis, but Farzin's starting to delay them.
Also, you have that mix of the low threat as well. Ooh, the delay to call out the parry attempt. And Farzin gonna cut him hard for that.
Now, Clive does probably have the most versatile parry in the game, but you gotta hit it first.
Nice Great sidewalk here, gonna find the launch in open stage. Cut and find the wall. Reposition it, put that geyser on him. You're gonna give me that help one way or another. Cut the ankles. Cut the ankles again. Geyser.
Get up, get up.
Reversal flame blast. We've seen that from him all week long, man. Activate.
Using his heat to stop that situation, tries to get out of the wall, swings his way out. Heat dash again. He didn't need to use all that, but he wanted to get away and closes it out there. The guy's gonna close it. Oh, he's twitching, he's twitching.
That was so smart. Farzine is willing to leverage resources to stop some of the stuff that Kostakis has been getting away with all week, right? Normally that character goes in a heat, people just been taking the chip sequence or whatever. Farzine said, hell no, it's my turn.
He trusted in his non-heat gameplay to be able to, like, look, I can use this to escape, and I can just use beat him the normal way.
That's a good way to put it. Saving the burst. Use defensively like this, but here we go, the cuts. Fishing for the counter hit. Gets the follow-up and the perfect from Farzine. Momentum, what was that?
In that first game, Kostakis, amazing work there, making his countrymen proud, making all the Europeans proud, but will be falling down to the losers bracket. He has looked so immaculate up until this point. You know, you can have that momentum, but once you hit a brick wall like Farzine, it's hard to break through. Let's see what he can do in the losers bracket. Farzine will be once again moving forward here today.
That's the thing about today, and that's the cool thing about it too. Because everybody starts in winner's side, you still got a chance. You got to be willing to play out a full tournament here today. Can't get too crestfallen after a loss like that, especially not against somebody like Farzine, right? Especially like that.
There ain't no shame in that. And he was really putting up a great fight in the first game, but it was one of those situations where, again, Farzine was collecting info. He's seeing his timing, seeing the situation, how he deals with certain things, and was able to just put it all on the table. And it made Kostakis, you know, probably a bit nervous throughout the second game, where he was not able to do the things that were working for him the first time nearly as much. And it was a clean three rounds straight on the last one. But Kostakis, amazing job there. And I think I'm looking forward to seeing more of him.
And you saw a couple times too, like, to me, the Farzine read there was especially like Kostakis' timing on Flame Blast. You saw it, and especially in the last game, you saw a couple times where it whiffed. He was able to bait it, punish it big time a couple times, right? In a lot of those situations, that's just Farzine, like you said, taking time to collect data and read habits over time. And it came into play in a big way there. And of course, then he's just able to lay on his pressure and just be able to just, again, how much chip health did you see just from Geyser alone? You know, just putting so much on him. And I like the way you said he had faith in the non-heat gameplay to use and save heat as almost like a defensive mechanic, right? That was pretty cool at the end. But Farzine will be moving on winner's side. You can, of course, I think, especially for the Pakistani players, there's like a, maybe even not pressure, but you know that there's that desire for him to join players like the John, Arslan, Atif, as they move higher and higher through the bracket. Nobody wants to be the odd man out. But before we get to our next match, we got to throw it to the stage. Logan, tell us about who we got coming on stage, man.
Thanks very much, guys. Let's get into our next match of round two. First, welcoming onto the stage, hailing from South Korea, representing DRX. He finished 6th on the global leaderboard this season with 1,870 points. He is the reigning UFA Paris champion, and he qualified through Group B of the global leaderboard group stages with a 3-0 record, only dropping a single game. Let's welcome Lohai! His opponent, hailing from Japan, representing THY Esports. He finished 9th on the global leaderboard this season with 1,570 points. He qualified out of Group C in the global leaderboard group stages, and he is a former Tekken World Tour champion. Let's welcome Chikorin! Gentlemen, if you will rock, paper, scissors for side choice, please take your own time. Lohai will be player 1 side. Thank you very much. Let's head back over to our casters, Obama and Brownman.
Tekken World Tour Finals here. More round 2 action. Doryoku no Last Samurai, you have Chikarin stepping up on stage against one of Korea's finest. And of course, former EVO champion. Going up against, of course, Chikarin, former TWT champion. You got Low High going up against Chikarin right here. Brian, man, how you feel about this?
This is going to be stacked. I think there's a decent chance we might see some more Clive gameplay. You know, and I think it's a very different style to what we saw before. But there's also the Lily on the palette, right? So depending on how he's feeling, what strategy he has, you know, we might see someone else. A player like Lowhigh and a player like Chikarin, you might see a singular pick. Like you mentioned, he won TWT pre. Well, he's an EVO and a TWT champion. When he won in 2019, he had a secret character pick, if you recall, for one person. Even Nobi was like, yo, why are you playing? He asked him, why are you playing this character? He's like, no, I'm saving it for Ulsan. And that character, and as a surprise to Ulsan, was Akuma. And he just demolished him in that grand final. Nobody was expecting it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a similar strategy coming from Chikarin. You know, he had max rank on every single character previously, but we have Lowhigh here with some crazy runs throughout the year. And he is considered to many as arguably, or probably the best performing Brian in the world, right? Knee usually holds that title, but Lowhigh, training partner, able to kind of take that over. So,
in fact, you had front row seats to that. I think you watched the recent tournament that they had in Korea, where Lowhigh was able to beat Knee actually in the Brian.
That was a big deal
and
for him.
that, man, those sets were crazy to you. That's some. It's weird to like get hype about Brian mirrors, but
Brian mirrors are tight, man. I said
that
myself in that when we were commentating that, I was like, yo, this hype.
The way they played out, it was definitely interesting. But Chikarin has been pretty consistent since Clive released with this Lily Clive shell, and here you go. It seems kind of hovering over the character now. Like you said, Lily is a threat and was who he won EVO Japan with last year. But since then, has been running this shell split, kind of just choosing based on character and player. Kind of just opting for comfort, whether he just wants to leverage a lot of his movement, just be, again, have that mobility and freedom that Lily offers, and he can kind of just simplify his Tekken gameplay. Or if he wants to swing that blade and be able to try to mix them to death. And
he can do it.
Apply chip and do all the things that Clive can do, and especially the threat of parry as well, like you mentioned earlier. Here we go. Low-high Brian, Chikarin Clive.
I want to note the last time they played, Lowhigh won it very convincing. It was 5-1 EWC. Now that's a big thing to have to come back from. That mental you have to regain to be like, look, he hit me that time pretty hard. I'm going to bring this one back. Nice
If
one.
I remember correctly, he was, I want to say he played Lily in that set, if I'm not mistaken.
Blocking the orbital, keeping it chill.
And sizing him up with this one jab and then playing off the frame after. Flame Blast. And the duck!
Big call.
What a read on Low-high's timing there. Duck it in his grill. Cannonball straight, not on my watch. Now taste the flames.
Nice.
Erupting slash onto Tsukin meter building. Sidestep, not deep enough.
Just the heat smash immediately taking the opportunity as he saw it. Recovered a bunch of health as well. Going for the Northern Cross, but nobody home. Chikarin taking the first round with 9 seconds to spare.
And man, this character offers so much if you're right, too, in Clive. Just that while standing forward, goes in the Phoenix Shift, gets a slide, you just get like free mix, and it can add up to just like little chunks of damage here and there.
It's great when you're right, but it's also not that bad when you're wrong with him.
yeah, exactly.
Chopping elbow there from Low-high, looking for those plus, but Chikarin fighting back. He got a 3-stack in the pocket too. To that
good point, Brown, man. Keep your eye on that gauge underneath Chikarin's health bar. Once that gets to 4 or 5, he's going to probably look to leverage it in a situation where he might be able to close out a round, be able to scoop past Rage. Flame Blast. Keeps the hatchet after. Incinerator Strain got the back, unable to get it, but the Flame Blast able to save him, get the heat off. Now, how's he going to use this? Down 4-1 series, goes to the Phoenix Shift slide. Sidestep attack with the dash behind it. Ramuh Spear.
Stuffs out, playing that distance game, dashing straight up to him, trying to bring the fight to him. But Low-high stepping back a little bit, trying to find an opportunity.
Low-high just holding back. Time a factor now, Brown man.
Oh, he ran into
the low touch.
That, that
1%.
could have cost him. That could have cost him.
The 1%.
Again, stayed safe there. That run-in could have cost him that round, but again, that 1% makes the whole difference.
Test him with the Vulcan mid punches. Low-high dropping bows on him, taking the fight to him.
Trying to hit confirm that second hit. Oh, catches him on that. Now it's very difficult to escape. There's a certain timing. Some situations seen guaranteed, but there's this small window. But Chikarin gets caught. That
Down
counter hit, that
one.
knee, gives him a concussion and closing out the round. Getting close to the wall out here, too.
That felt like a cool-down round for Lowhigh, right? Really, really strong momentum built on his side. Okay, delays in the 4-2 swipes from Chikarin. He sword slashes. Phoenix shift, nothing. Test with the jab. Going to the low, his mix of jabs and lows.
Chikarin playing near perfect so far in this round, but gets a big hatchet counter hit for his troubles. Got halfway through, 4.5 stack there. Now Lowhigh has heat, has install, has those snake eyes.
Look at Chikarin.
Flame the flying.
Micro step to the right. Gets the Q up with the cancel.
That Brian Electric coming into play. Now again, he's looking for that counter hit, but Chikarin trying not to let him have it.
Steel pedals, and now he wants that knee so bad. The throw gonna work out for Chikarin, though, to tie the rounds up here. Look underneath Chikarin's name. 4 bars built, that could come into play here if he gets the opportunity.
And I know he does like using those in combos as well to kind of get that extra chunk.
Extra
after
surge of damage.
Already, yeah. We might see that come into play here. But now Lowhigh trying to lock down the lateral
right,
movement.
To get those Vulcan punches on your gut like that. Chikarin eating knees.
Oh, clipped it.
Everything.
Couldn't even recognize it. Another reversal punch coming into play. Good break. Trying to use that for tracking, and it's been doing an okay job so far. Nice low jab. Chikarin scrambling here, trying to find an opportunity. Lowhigh looking for one big counter hit.
Oh, I thought that was it, Brown Man.
That could have been. The string mind games, and again, Lowhigh going back to that well. You know, you'd think, look, he's blocked 50 of these already. Yo, 51st time is the charm, and he's catching him with it. He knows where to place it. 0 on block. You know, he can restart that situation and keep it running.
He got, Lowhigh dealt with Chikarin's sideways movement really, really well that game too. Especially that round. Tell it, Chikarin was really, really insistent, especially trying to rotate around into the background. Lowhigh made him eat so much damage for that.
We'll see if he can adjust that here. Now we have walls a bit closer. We're probably going to see some wall situations. And again, both these characters of the wall are absolute menaces, right?
Yeah,
but
especially when Clive gets in heat.
Oh,
but especially Ryan, once he gets it.
Yo, if he can get that those taunts off, it's over. Catch him in the back. Big slice. Hello, Caesar.
It's about who can get the wall, who can get that advantage. Right now, Chikarin just sizing him up with jabs. 1-2-1 from Lowhigh.
Trying to lock him down there, but excellent awareness. Sidestep duck there from Lowhigh, getting a huge uppercut. Now taking his turn.
Bro, man, it feels like such a small margin, but it's like Lowhigh very, just barely has a sense of read and timing on Lowhigh, on Chikarin right now. Press towards the wall, gets the low touch. Lowhigh with advantage here in game 2.
It's looking like very strong for Lowhigh.
Like a slight edge for Lowhigh right now. Just a little bit.
I think that gap is slowly widening as well as Lowhigh is kind of learning Chikarin's timings here. Oh, toggle out to play. Oh, back swing right in his face.
And Chikarin's just kind of just trying to move around and playing real, like a little bit stiff, especially just holding back a lot of these situations.
And I think Lowhigh might have picked up that Chikarin is very mindful and playing around the QC back one, right?
Yeah.
So he's using it very sparingly, but he's letting Chikarin, he's throwing it out once in a while just to let Chikarin know. It's still here, you got to worry about it. While I worry about it
rather than using
exactly. Letting Chikarin's imagination run wild, but right now he looks like he's running wild on it. Lowhigh's health bar. Good awareness, and launches him up.
Woo. Sidewalk uppercut slash, Chikarin able to find the launch on the whip punish. Trying to make something happen here. Testing with these down 4-1s, no follow-up. Ramu's
look at that back dash. You see that? Amazing call out. He's swinging for the fences there. It's going to be a whole grip of damage.
That's been the difference so far, Brown Man. Lowhigh's been able to find those big launches in this set so far. In this game specifically.
Using that heat to try and keep him there. That incinerator, it's going to hurt.
Ooh, just put the knee on him just like that.
Didn't get the follow-up, but Lowhigh can't let that get to him.
Rage.
This is going to be big.
That combo.
Should be able to carry the wall.
Push to it.
1+2 to close it out. Oki, what's there? Lowhigh getting a bit. And yo, that's why he's up there. We're down here, bro. How did he see that?
How did he know?
It wasn't even like he pressed. He was like in the air already or something. What the hell? That's great. That's, no, you know what? What a beast. What a beast. But now taking a lead set point here for Loha after that amazing clutch rage art. Could be able to take this momentum all the way.
Moment, Brown Man, low high right now. The destruction. Hatchets.
All right, laying
Now
it
the
all
Cannonball
down.
Street sidestep activate. Crouch Jab, Chikarin fighting for any opening he can. Activate. Sidestep, he gets it.
He's got to lay it all in the line. Needs to
flash.
make this count. Cannot give Lohi a moment of reprieve
Break the
here.
balcony, take the full break here.
Got a bit of a delay on that one, dash forward unexpectedly. Lohi with a little bit of heat left, uses it up, runs Chikarin out. Anybody's game. Chikarin swinging from the fences, and it might cost him everything. Lohi needs to finish this combo. Gets a side access down, 2-3. Amazing awareness on the combo, and will take it out over Chikarin in a clean set, 2-0.
Lohi really, really just strong, consistent breakdown on Chikarin, right? A lot of it's just like sidestep, sideways mobility, but then also just reads on a lot of his like timing and just in general, you know? A lot of flame blast that you saw in there, but Lohi was overall able to mitigate a lot of those dangerous climbs. So then that interaction after the break too, where I think he was doing up 1+2 with Claude, the walk around and then that to find that hit. Sometimes with some of those attacks, it's really easy to kind of mess up your punish just because of how crazy they're moving, right? And you never know, like, sometimes the moves track awkwardly or something like that. He was able to find a hit and make it count.
It's crazy. Now you can see this is the first game here.
Yeah, they were scrapping in this. Yeah. This one in the open stage like this. Man, how many times did we see the reversal coming to play?
You